blowing my smoke. How are you doing, everybody? Yeah, I'm kind of mumbly, but bear with me. I hope everybody's good. There's four of us watching. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Let me get rid of my side effects here. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday hump day. And as people gather in, I hope people come in. I'm going to go to midnight. I got a busy day tomorrow, but it's been good. It's getting things done. Hope everybody's getting their things done. Hey, Chris, what's up? Did you get your tickets yet for Godzilla? I'm getting them tomorrow. Edna, how you doing, dear? Hello. I'm so used to not saying something. Tuesday was kind of quiet day. I just let her ramble. I don't know why I'm there on Tuesdays half the time anyways. She pretty much runs the show, just like Fridays, but she needs that time. Not yet? You're going to go, I take it. Or are you going to wait and watch it on Shadowbox? Yeah, me and Dad are going to spend the weekend catching up on Shogun. I watched the first episode already. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll see what goes. And now I hope you're well. Hope that Al is still hanging around. Yes, I was paying attention. And Ralph, if you can hear me, hello. Hello, sir. How are you tonight? Blue, I hope you're well. But yes, Ralph, thank you so much for the kind words. You're always a gentleman. I hope you can hear me. If not, if you make it back later tonight, that's a good thing, I guess. Just got the NASA 71-inch Voltron figure. You probably have more toys than I do. I got so many boxed away up in the attic. It's not even funny. I sold a lot of my collection when I got sick. So, but yeah, that kind of sucked. But yeah, it saved my ass too. Pardon my mouth. I cussed. I'm sorry. It was a well-deserved cuss. But it did save my butt. I hope everybody's having a joyous Wednesday. We went and put the final details on my little brother's marker today, and he's all taken care of. Once they put it on there, I'll take pictures for the family down in Florida. And oh, yay. But it was nice here today, but I guess we're going to pay for it tomorrow. They're talking storms. Almost, I think everybody except maybe Edna will see the storms tomorrow. I don't know. Juan might face them. How you doing, Juan? Good to see you, too. The Voltron figure. I had one of the original G.I. Joes and all the works. I had everything. I was a big G.I. Joe kid. The big ones. And my mom, right after I got married, and she didn't tell me, she gave them to the church. And I was like, nah, they're worth so much money. All in prime shape. Even the Kung Fu grips. Yeah, we're supposed to get good ones tomorrow. They're saying we might get some wind. I don't think ours will be as bad as you guys down south and to the west of us. Yep, got my Dragon Ball Z shirt on. May he rest in peace. It was sad to see him go. He won't be forgotten. That's for sure. Personally, I think Dragon Ball Z is really what kicked it off here. Next to Speed Racer and a couple of the older ones that were being shown. But I think Dragon Ball Z was like, boom. It blew up big. And then everything follows suit. But that's my opinion. But may he rest in peace. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I used to be able to say it, but I can't do it now. Hey, Roger Blair, how are you doing, sir? G.I. Joe classified figures. I had all the original ones, dude. I had all of. I had Jeeps, towers, the whole works. I even had a big gym. I guess now is worth some big bucks with the backpack that even still worked. Now I don't have the big Cobra stuff. This was before that day. Yeah, Akira and Gundam Wing. Yeah, I remember seeing Akira in the theater when it first came here. And it was still dubbed. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Kind of tore me away from comic books. And comic books now, they need to come back. They're hurting. And the movies didn't help. Some goods, some not so good. But yeah, I just wish. So far, the only anime gone movie that I've liked so far has been One Piece. Now, I do like Wicked City and Akira. As for the movies, but when it comes to, it's just amazing what they do. And then I'll always be a diehard Batman animated series and Superman animated series fan. I will always be there. That was like my glory days. Long and have working lights. Oh, I'm sure. 100 to 400 bucks. I believe it. I believe it. You probably have remote control and everything, which would be cool. That would be a blast. Oh, I loved Batman. The Batman. That movie was awesome. That's the Batman I've been waiting for, to be quite honest. I knew he'd do a good job, and I was fine with it. More than fine with it. It was gritty. It's that noir kind of feel to it, dark and gritty, kind of a little bit on the sleazy side. You can feel it in the air. A lot of shady stuff everywhere. Yeah, I liked it. Now I just hope if they do another one, they keep it in that same tone. That's important if they're going to keep that kind of thing going. That's Batman I know and love. I always said though, I always admired Dragon Ball Z more Goku, only because he was smart enough to take the fights outside the city. Now Justice League and all them tend to trash the city. They do more damage than they do any good. And I can understand the Kaiju. Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, that's what I heard. Is the lot next? Yeah, I know. We'll see. I hope it's good. I won't cross my fingers yet. I'm a Trunks fan. I have a Trunks right back here. There you go. There you go. See if I can get out of the glow of the light here. His eyes are kind of weird, but dun, 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 dun. Be right back. Table's not the best. You get back to my chair. Yeah, I got my toys. Not as much as I used to, like I said, but I got my toys. Godzilla right behind me. Just a few of the stuff I have. The rest of it's put away. Some Dragon Ball Z stuff. And I got my stuff over here, and over there, and up there, and over there. This room is really small. This is the room I actually grew up in. Other than upstairs, I did spend some short time upstairs. I'd like to have that back. Then I could really sprawl out. So I hope everybody's just as happy as can be. Yeah, I know it's hard to be these days. So anything going on for everybody? What's everybody's big plans for the weekend? When is St. Patrick's Day? I'm totally lost. I've been so caught up. Oh, the 17th. Okay. Saturday. Oh, that'll be fun. I'm staying home that day. Then you got Palm Sunday. Holly. Okay. Got a couple birthdays. I got my brother's birthday at the end of the month too. Brother number 2. Yeah, it's not a lot, but some of the stuff in anime is so cool. Now, see, I have to admit, I do love anime, but I'll always be a Batman. I'm a DC guy, and it's funny because my son's a Marvel guy. Just like I was a State fan, now he's a Michigan fan. So. Yeah, it was beautiful here today. It was like 75. I think it got up to 75 here today. It was beautiful. Now the winds are picking up, clouds are starting to move in. I like Voltron. It was funny because I would come home from school in the day. I'd come home, I would catch Speed Racer. No, let me get this right because I want to make sure I get this right because I've said it wrong a couple times. I'd come home and watch Dark Shadows, then Speed Racer, then Voltron. Then we were forced to go outside and play, no matter what the weather was. And then we came in for dinner, did homework, went to bed, watched TV, and went to bed. And then Saturday morning cartoons, I was like the first one up. I was into my morning cartoons in the day. Now, see, it's supposed to rain here, and then I believe we get cold. And they said we might even get a little bit of snow. We'll see. I don't think that will happen, but who knows? That was 75 there. Yeah. 60 currently. What is it here? Right now it is 55 degrees here. So we're a little cooler than you. About 5 degrees cooler than you, Chris. But yeah, we got toasty today. I mean, it was nice. I was like, shit, I should be outside working in the yard, but we had so much to do. I got up this morning, did paperwork all morning, and finished off some work I was doing for somebody and sent it out. The burner going up and down kills my dad is screaming, man. This weather is destroying him. I had to get him when we went to take care of the tombstone, the marker, because it's not really a tombstone, it's more like a marker. We are 70s until Sunday. Yeah, I think we cooled down a little bit more than you. I think we stay warm, but I think when the storms hit tomorrow, we start to cool down here. And then you guys will probably cool down over the weekend, I would think. But see, that's still pretty far out. So Sunday's still pretty far out. So anything's possible. I say after 3 days, it's a guess. You might guess up to it. You might get close 3 days. After that, it's still a guess. Things change fast. Yeah, it just hurts everybody. You get the storm you get in the spring, you're getting the storms that come, especially during an El Nino. The storm's coming in every couple waves, and it's up and down. The barometer goes up and down. Oh, I feel it too, believe me. But Dad, I felt bad for Dad today, man. We had to go up these stairs get the plate, get the marker, and show him what we picked out some things we wanted to put on it for him, and went back to show him and get it taken care of because all one piece, one price. So poor guy had a hard time getting up the stairs, and nobody showed us how to get in the back of the place. It's like you have to take this sneaky little alleyway. But he climbed these stairs, and I felt so bad for him because I literally had to help him up the stairs, and he was hating it. I keep telling him to use the walker, and he won't use the walker. Bless his heart. That's a 90-year-old. Chris, that's what it is here where I live. Yeah, it's been something. Like I said, we're a little cooler than you guys, Chris. Eastern Kentucky. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you were in Kentucky, Roger. Ice packs and heating pads are the only thing that works for you. They gave him. You talking about you having problems with doctors? My doctors fear me. I don't mess around, and if I don't like what they say, I go get a second and third opinion. But anyways, me and his doctor, my dad, Pop's doctor, man, I told him, you either make this guy comfortable or I do it, and you won't like it because I'm going to force you to do it. And they gave him this cream, and it doesn't get him all, but man, it's helping him big time. If I can get the name of it, I'll get it for you, Ed, and then you can check it out. Man, it did him world of good. So his knee's been real bad for a while now. So I think that's, and they won't do surgery because he's too old. Yep, the Hatfield. You know, actually, I have a I believe a great grandfather that lived in between the Hatfield and McCoys. He always carried around a slug, and he said it was a Hatfield slug that he was accidentally shot at. So, yes, I'll get the name from it, and I'll email it to you, okay? Because I got an email I want to send you anyways. I like to pile everything up into one big email, so you're going to get probably a huge email. But yeah, I'll get you the name for it. Yeah, because it did him wonders. I was really shocked. And like I said, don't make him all loopy. He puts it on in the morning, lasts him all day. Doesn't put it on but once a day. He said it seems to be helping. His back got to hurting, so he put some on his back last few days. But his knee, I think his knee is just, and they won't do surgery. They tried doing that, where they put that gel in there to kind of give it cushion, because that's what's happening as the cushion's gone. And it lasted like 3 days. The doctor says, I can't do surgery on him. He's high risk, because even that's taking a chance. I said, he won't do it anyway, so don't worry about it. I bet you have. You know, I'm all for home remedies, but when you've tried everything, you got to find something or find the best thing that works. And it sucks, and it does. That's like me and these tremors. I mean, I found I started playing games again with little man, and my tremors started getting real bad again, and I was twitching pretty bad at night. And they gave me some new meds, and I'm real hesitant about taking anything anymore after what happened last time. But they seem to be helping, and I'm still twitchy, but man, I'm not as bad as I was. So sometimes you just have to fight it and go with it and try anything you can. But yeah, I'll send you the name, and see if your doctor can get a hold of something for you and give it a shot. I mean, you gotta try anything. They gave me a shot in my knee. Yeah, they used to give Dad the cortisone shots, and they would last a while for him. But it's it's basically a steroid, so they don't like And he's a diabetic on insulin, so it's like you gotta be careful. I watched a YouTube channel that deals with. I'm gonna read it off to StreamYard. It's better. I watched it off YouTube channel with the Hatfields. Owner of the channel is a direct relative of Devil Hensel Hatfield. Yeah, I didn't get many of those stories. I got to be honest. My grandma's the one who took my great grandma's and my great grandpa Griffey, but he spent most of his days on railroads. But he had great stories of little people and weird stuff that went on in the woods. He liked to fish in these ponds and would see weird stuff. My grandma, she would tell me some wild stories. I can remember them as kids, still to this day. They gave me a shot in my knee. My great-great-grandpa on my dad's side, second wife, was a Hatfield. They weren't married long enough, though. This was different. Not steroids. Yeah. No, I don't think this is this was different, not steroids. So I think I know what you're talking about. What they did with his knee is they shot that. It was like a foam, but it was more like it was like, it's hard to explain. It looked like a cross between a gel and a foam. And I felt bad for him because you get that needle. Anyways, and he don't like needles. But they put that in there. It helped him for, like I said, 3 days. And then he said, it sucks. A series of injections. I haven't had pain in my knee since. See, now I know about made from cockscomb. Yeah, I've heard of that. I know what you're talking about there. And if it works, problem is you just got to make sure you check out all the side effects. That's the big thing with Dad out of the cream. I was reading every side effect that you could read because my girlfriend's mom was taking those shots for her knees, but she became used to them. See, that's my problem. I build up an immunity to a lot of stuff. Check it out, Chris. Here, let me do this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I got the channel, Chris. Thanks. I'll have to check it out. Let me do this real quick. No, check that out. Went to it and clicked on it. Yes, see, he had stories. My older brother said he had told stories. All I know is he was cutting through the woods and on the Hatfields at the end of the day took a shot at him. So that's all I know. This stuff made from it replaces the cartridge between the joints. That's basically what this foam did. It worked for me. It already had done all the conventional injection pain for us. Yeah, Dad didn't like it. That's basically probably what they gave him. It was weird looking, but it was a huge. Watching him stick that thing in him, when I was like, Dad, are you okay, dude? Because he has like no meat on his legs. You know, he's like 90 years old. It's like toothpicks with just muscle, very soft muscle. Bless his heart. So I know it hurt, but he took it like a man. I mean, he's a Marine. He just kind of looked at the doctor and was like, and that was about it. I've had shots like that before too. I had a CAT scan. Those sucked. Dad didn't want to go through that again. That sucked. That's about as nicely as I could put it. Trying to watch my language. I've already cussed it twice. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Not really anything bad. Nothing that anybody else has said. But I do want to be careful. Yeah, he didn't tell. I didn't get to hear much of those stories. I was always interested in the strange and kooky stuff. That's like my dad's side down in Chillicothe. Some of their stories. Some of his nieces will be my cousins. Some of their stories. Ooh, wow. You had to go several. Yeah, he went. He went 3 times, but they were also trying to be gentle. I mean, they can't do surgery. They can't do anything. So they were just trying to get it to work, but it didn't last for him at all. It just didn't last. Like I said, 3 days. After they got it all in him, he did real good for 3 days. You could tell he was standing up straight, feeling good. Probably about the 4th day, I could see him going, no. You know, it's like we were around all over the place today. I kind of felt bad for him, but he says he need, it's exercise. And that's another key is exercise. Keep moving. And that doctor's told him that, man, you got to keep moving. So he does a pretty good job. I mean, he goes through periods, where he sleeps, but I can't yell at him. I mean, guy took care of mom for 10 years, dealt with a younger son that was interesting to say. So then they had to deal with a fire, then this. And I don't give him too much slack about being lazy. I did hear my owl today at the windows open. Oh, he'll be around for a while. He'll be around for a while. I'd say another week or two. But yeah, just keep your eyes peeled, Edna. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be wrong. But yeah, I think you have a lot more visitors than you think that watch the house. So they know. And they know you're hurt. A day in bed is like a week, for the elderly. Yeah. Thing is, I had no problem with him laying down once a day because he needed to. I don't have a problem with that. But when he's crashing in the morning for an hour or two, then crashing again another hour or two in the afternoon, then right before dinner, he'll fall asleep in the chair. It's like, I got to get him moving. And I'm afraid he's going to take a nap one day. God bless him. He says he's here for the haul. So I give him a lot of credit. He's been through some shit. Yeah, I don't see, and that's the thing. I can't do that. I think last year we counted that I took 3 naps during the day. That was it. And you know me at night. I get done here. I'm going to stop at midnight tonight. I pace around for a couple hours, try to go to bed. I was 3 o'clock last night before I went to bed. Turned around, was right back up at 5. This is what I got today. He's been through a lot the past few weeks. You all have. Goes, yeah, we have. Yeah, we all have. Well, you figure since the fire last year, it's been nonstop. I'm not gonna lie. Since the fire, it has been crazy town. Crazy town. I mean, it's like even to take a break and play games with little man, it's like my chance to take a break. He's my break during the day. Honestly, it's like, and I'm trying to get my two of the grand boys to play, but I can't catch them still long enough to join us. Let me see what this is. Oh, there you go. Ming the Merciless. Ming the Merciless. He's kind of cool. It looks really good. Wow. What was the there's a Japanese place I go through that has everything. I mean, Batman stuff. Some of the stuff from over there is incredible, and it's cheap. And I'll have to hook you up with the link. But you'd find stuff like that over there probably for half the price, even with shipping. It's totally worth it because what you do is you go in and you pick what you want from different stores and stuff. They collect it until you're ready to be sent, and they'll send it all to you at once. So hold everything until you're ready for it. Do you fill the box? Sorry, folks. I had a Jersey Mike's for dinner tonight, and the list kind of hung around for a while. But I like that. You check out the McFarlane stuff, I take it. Though his stuff is kind of losing. He's getting kind of big, so he's kind of losing that quality. But some of the stuff I like. Yeah, no, we've been, I mean, I hate to say it. He said the same thing today. He goes, it's like, since that fire, it's like all heck broke loose, Stephen. I said, well, it's keeping us active, keeping us busy, making time fly. Because I said, Dad, think about it. We're almost halfway through this year already. I mean, we're getting there. And he's like, holy crap. And the time change. Now, falling back screws with me more than moving forward. I was out of play for about an hour that morning because I forgot that we changed that night. And that was my only issue. Other than that, it doesn't bother me. I think they should just stop doing it altogether. So does anybody else have anything exciting? We got toys. I should show those, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, I got to do this. Hold on one sec. Let me get this link here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I got to find it. The gentleman that did the interview, the podcast with Gemma, and I keep forgetting the poor guy's name. Where did it go? Oh, come on. Oh. Strange Chapters. I'm sorry. Sir, if you're watching. He did a bunch of her readings. He read from some of the stories out of her Danger at the Door. And I believe some of the stories out of the Midnight Visitors. 1 second here. I'm going to get you the link to the video. He did a really good job. I was really impressed. I have to go back and leave a comment. But here is the link for it. Check it out. It was really good. He did a really good job. Oops, that's not the right one. Hold on. I'm okay. Not really. Yeah, let me try this again. Stop. There we go. Yeah, go check it out. He did a really good job reading the stories. I was really impressed. And there we go. And his channel is really good too. I like his channel. Pretty good, not bad. Yeah, I got to get the Campfire Story one and Midnight Visitors. Those three I need. I'm patiently waiting. I got to get them ordered. Well, I order them, then she signs them for me. So I got to get that taken care of. I just reread a bunch of the stuff, and because a friend of mine had the first two books, the Fae and the Encounters, and they finally returned it, so I read them again because I fly through a book in a night. I just reread a Stephen King novel. Well, actually, it was a bunch of short stories. I think it's the one I showed you guys a while back ago that I got for Christmas. This one here has 3 stories in it. I reread this the other night out of boredom. I couldn't sleep, so I sat over there with my light on and read. And then I read comic books, of course. Got to read my comic books. I need a book on a 3 a.m. visitors. Book. 3 a.m. visitors is an understatement. Is that what time he's showing up, Edna? Is your owl hooting at 3 a.m.? I saw the UFO the last Sunday in March 11 years ago. Wonder if he'll come back. You never know. I saw the UFO the last Sunday in March 11 years ago. You never know. He might come back and say hello. Actually, he might ask you for a ride. If you want to ride. If you want to ride. So, that's my word for the day. So, really, has anybody else got anything going on? Like I said, I'm just waiting for Godzilla to come out. Kong. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I want popcorn. I go to the popcorn movies. Now, if they're good or not, we'll see. I watched Aquaman and cried. Like, why? No, it wasn't that bad, but I've seen worse. Madam Web. It's just shameful. Last book I read was the Book of the 5 Rings. That sounds familiar. Is that? I may not be what I'm thinking. So I'm totally lost. No, in fact, I need to go pick up. Speaking of the 5 rings or rings, this is Token, right? Part of the series. Anyways, I need to go get new Token books. I had to hawk my original Token, The Hobbit. It was like one of the first they pressed, and not like way back, but we printed it. It was all I knew was the cover was rare, and a guy offered me $500 for it, and I took it because I needed to pay Dr. Pepps. Just like my Godzillas, I had some really cool Godzillas. I have to rebuild now. That's all right. They're just items, and they saved my butt. Just like a lot of my comics saved my butt. Heck, I had 5 comic books that Lily paid for the chemo and the doctor, so I can't complain. Not at one bit. Yeah, you should book 5 rings. Oh, okay. Strategy. Okay. Just took me a minute, Chris. I was like, wait a minute, he's not talking about Token. Okay. Strategy books. Whatever. See, I can't even speak like I used to. My voice is getting soft again. It was up and down all day. Now remember, Gemma is doing her oracles tomorrow night, 7:15, Thursday night, oracles. She'll be moving her mom this week. This is a good time to set up everything. once she gets her mom taken care of, we're going to hook up and work out a plan for, I'm just going to say it, Rumble. And we do want to stream there. So we're going to try to do a stream there once we get it all figured out. Because it's going to take two of us to figure out what we want to do, because you have to have around screen time and all this crap. Anyways, no big deal, because we can stream now. It's just getting together to do it and set it up and make sure we got our T's crossed and our I's dotted. And I'm going to also have her make like a introductory video to her channel there. I've posted a lot more new videos over there. So there is, older stuff from her catalog is now over there. I think Sunday night I must have posted at least 50, 60 more videos over there. And I should be done with her catalog here within the next, I've been doing it on Sundays. I skipped a couple Sundays because of all the craziness. I should have it done within 2 to 3 weeks, because I only do it on Sundays when I'm just watching my cartoons. So I'm watching cartoons on one and doing it here. But it's nice. And then we're going to get, once you get her mom taken care of, we're going to try to stream Oracles one night, maybe one time, because there's no way. I'm going to try to keep a list of Rumble, because you can stream both at the same time, and YouTube at the same time. That list would be insane, trying to keep a who's who, what on what channel and where they're placed. So we're going to do one, I think, for Rumble, and then one for YouTube. We'll see how that goes. It's just talks. But we definitely want to do like a chat over there. That way we can be a little bit more open. She wants to be careful. I mean, these people are cracking down on the little channels. The little ones are the ones that are suffering here, and it sucks. But yeah, then we'll get Rumble rocking, and keep this channel hopping. See, all your donations, everything you donate, tip, it all goes right back in this channel and helps her. Hopefully she gets her contract. But it's awesome. I mean, we can get this thing rocking. We're going to get it going. That's my goal for her. Help her out and get it ticking. And I'm thinking about maybe posting a few videos over there on Odyssey. I don't know. I like BitChute. What was the other, LinkedIn or whatever it was? I may check that out. There's a couple I don't know very well, so kind of spread it out a little bit. You could always, it's always good to put something on all media sites that you can. It's important, because if YouTube goes down, you at least got backups. I don't think it will, but it gets kind of greedy. It is definitely gotten greedy. Stating the fact, YouTube, you can get mad. So that's the plan. So she's got, I don't know, what would be the best night for me to do Gemma's replays, Friday or Saturday? I may just go ahead and do it Saturday and give everybody a break. I know a lot of people stream on Fridays anyways. So Oracle's tomorrow night at 7:15. Then I'll stream Saturday night, midnight. I might start a little earlier. We'll see how things go. Then her 2 videos on Monday, and she'll have them probably posted over the weekend. And then Tuesday talk. And I'll be lined up. And then as we get rocking and her mom gets settled in, excuse me, I'll let you know the details on Rumble in the next couple weeks. Yeah, I would like to try to do one live stream by myself, see how it does, and just like a little short test run, see how it goes, see if I can keep, there's no bugs. We can use StreamYard over there, so that will make it easy. And see how I can push it out and everything, because they get real picky here on YouTube. So, and also, I'll do that too while I'm thinking about it. Oh. Crazy. Here's her Rumble channel. Well, I hope I can get, there we go. And there we go. And here's her Rumble. And like I said, now that I'm back to almost normal again, I'll be publishing more and more. Hopefully, I'll have a catalog done, and it will just be new stuff being loaded. I won't do any of the member videos over there, but like her premiere regular 11 o'clock video will be over there within 24 to 48 hours after it shows on here on YouTube. And then I may have her do some stuff over there, some separate videos for just over there where she could be a little bit more free about what she talks about. Hello, Jules. How you doing, dear? I hope you're good. It's just a chilling Wednesday night, just sitting and shooting the crap. Haven't seen one since. I have, and Dad, it's funny because he believes in the UFO thing. He doesn't believe much in the paranormal stuff, but he believes in the UFO thing. And it cracks me up because we sat there and watched one a couple 4th of Julys, and then we've been seeing them off and on, just the little white orbs. And they're always coming from the north, and they make it to about where the planes cross to go to Bolton, not Bolton, but Don Scott Airfield. And hey Mark, how you doing? They always seem to shoot go either east or west. It's like they always time it with the planes and then they book. It's weird. We've seen that a couple times. Good evening, Mark. How are you? But I've seen those in TikToks off and on. I haven't seen the triangles yet. But I'm sure if I go to northern Ohio, I'll probably fall up in the country around Delaware where it's nobody, or down south, I'll probably see some. But every time I go down south Ohio, I always see weird stuff on the ground. So I don't get to look at the sky too much. I hope you're having a good night, Mark. And thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. The veil is lifting. Yeah, the veil's lifting and thinning too at the same time. And people say, oh, that's not. No, it's thinning and lifting at the same time. It's slowly lifting. It's getting thinner, so you're starting to see the other side. So it'll be interesting. I think next couple of years, it's going to get real interesting. Not too bad. Been a crazy day. Yes, it has been a crazy day for me too. I've just been go, go, go all day. I almost didn't get playtime today. But I made time. Got to play out Fortnite, keep little ones happy. But I had to be careful, man. They had to start, like I said, they had to start me on these meds because that just, it was getting to me. But it's doing a good job, so I can't complain. But yeah, in fact, let me do that now. I'm going to write this down for Edna so I remember to get that to her. Yeah. Breeze. Get that sent to you. I'll have that tomorrow. I'll send that over to you tomorrow, Edna. You get your doctor to check it out. If you think it might help, try it. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, if it went his knee was so bad already, but it's giving him a lot more comfort when he does it. It's just got to remind him to put it on. I've had to remind him the last 2 mornings. But once you put it on every day, like he was doing there when he first got it, he was putting it on every day. Man, I noticed he was standing up straight. If his neck or his back got to hurt and he'd put it on, he'd be good for a good while. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I've been at that point, believe me. And I've been to that point. I'm beyond that, I guess. And I don't worry about it. Life's good. I'm not going to complain. It's not worth it. I told Dad today, it's just not worth the complaint. Everybody's doing enough of that as it is. But yeah, I know it gets to a point where you're really ready to try anything. I never did get to see. You did get all your info back from the doctor, right? And everything was good. So sometimes it's hard to pay attention to chat, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, because paying attention to her and trying to make sure chat's going good. But I don't. A lot of times I'm just skimming, and especially Friday nights, reading chats. I try to read as much as I can. I'm just watching names, see who talks, who doesn't, then trying to make sure everybody's there that I call. It could always be worse. Yes, it could always be worse. Believe me. I always say that. That's why I don't like comparing things. I won't never compare my pain to your pain or anybody else's pain, because we all deal with it differently. A lot of people I know are probably way worse than I could ever have been or ever be. So I'm keeping my mouth shut. It could be worse. I always say the grass is greener on the other side, but you can make your own grass green if you work a little bit. Pay attention to what you're doing. Everything was not good, but it's going to be. That's the way to look at it. Stay positive as you can. And I know, believe me, I know there's days it's hard to stay positive. I know. But, last night we had a resident that tried to escape. He set off the door alarm. It was so high pitched noise. It lasted 20 minutes. I started vibrating. Yeah, those kind of noises, man. Yeah, I'm sure. 4 hours after it stopped, yeah, I started to escape. Where was I? This was a while ago. I think I was at St. Anne's, and they had a patient that freaked out in the ER and started running around the hospital, and they were chasing him, but trying to escape. He just didn't want to be there no more. Yeah, and that, like we said, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. And you are at the 3-month marker now, right? About that, 2-3 months. About that, right? 2 months. I'm trying to put a date on it. About 2 to 3 months, right? It's been about that, right? Excuse me. It was great. 5 months. Yeah, it's been that long. Man, time is flying. Holy crap. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you, taking a little longer than I thought. But, honey, your body's got to heal. The older you are, the longer it takes. Just, it had to have been between, I'm sure it's loud. They do that so it just annoys everybody. That way, everybody knows it's going on. But yeah, I know. Well, good night, Chris. You have a good day. You get up in the morning and go do that voodoo that we all do as well. There you go. Well, hello. How you doing? I ain't going to try to say your name. Okay. I wouldn't even know how to pronunciate it. Thank you, Dragon Wobbles. Here. Hello and welcome. I'm glad you're saying hi, at least. Forgive me if I don't try to say your name. I have enough of a speech problem as it is. I don't want to butcher it. I'll just call you NL. Huh? Good night. Have a good one tomorrow, Blue. Be safe. Seriously, be safe out there. Great raising freeze. Oh yeah, I listen to the hurt stuff at night when I'm really bad. It also helps me astral project, lucid dreaming. I still have people arguing over what I exactly do. All I know is whatever I do, I've done it since I was little. So I don't care what you call it. All I know is I look down, see myself laying in bed, and off I go. But yeah, that frequency thing is a good thing if you find the right ones that work for you. Because I'm gonna be honest, some frequency work better than others. I've tried, doesn't seem to do much for me. You see, some people like that. That's like when edibles became a big thing. Edibles don't work on me. They don't do nothing. It's just a waste of time for me. So I don't touch that stuff. Um, and I'm sure it's the same way with everything else. I mean, the hertz, like I said, some hertz will work for some. Which one is best? I'm not going to say. What I did was there was two, if I can find them. There were two I listened to, and I don't know if I can pull them up. Hold on, see if I can find because I hadn't used them for a while, but I have two that I keep. Um, Shoot, now I'm not gonna be able to find them. Oh man, where'd it go? One of it. Oh man, why didn't I delete it? I hope not. Okay, here we go. I knew I had it. Okay, the 3.2 is the one I like, and then there's a 432 hertz that I really like. It's really nice, and then you can go up from there. But the 3.2 delta brainwave one I like. It really works. And then the 432 hertz, and you can find those on YouTube. And just turn off your. I just turn my color down to black, and just sit and listen to it. Let's see. Let me post the 432 on here. Here it is, right here. This is for the 432. Try that. Check it out. And then you can work your way up. Once you see all the other ones, you can find the ones you can play with, the ones you like. I will listen to one for a while and then listen to another. I just had to find them because I think I took them out of my thing, but I always refer back to them. So, and then I only use them when I'm really bad. But I haven't messed with them because I've had so much to do, and a lot of times since I'm up anyways, I've just been doing the nights to get stuff done. But the other night I just didn't feel like doing anything, and I did. I literally sat and read all night. You might have to go a little bit higher. Now hold on. I think I can find you a higher one. Hold on. You tried that one? Oh, poopy poop. And I closed it out like a ding dong. I should have left it up. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, now I got to type this one in because I don't really need to go too high. Frequencies. Um, Here is the 528. Let me. This is the one for the 528. And then I did it again. You ding dong. I got too much on my screen. I knew I was going to do that. See if I can find one of the higher ones for you. Oops. No, don't. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. So I'll know when I feel the buzz, Mark. Yeah, you will. You'll feel the buzz. Yeah, well, you'll feel it vibrate in your body. Let me see. There's the 4th, 528. Do they have the high ones? 11. The delta wave ones. I should give you that one too, because that's like works on the delta waves. It's like your delta brain waves. It's kind of a nice way to start off. I'm going to post that one too. And this one's not bad. I like to start with this one when I have, and then kind of work my way up. But I usually end up stopping at 432. Back. Let's see if I can find the high ones. Like I said, I go to about 432. I think the 5 I tried once. The 432 kind of worked really good with me after doing the delta brain one. And then they have the low frequency ones. There's a 528. And that's about as high I can find. But I'm sure if you keep looking in there, you might find them. I don't think they go up more than 528 on YouTube. Oh, here's one for 777. Let me post that one. And I'll stop there. There you go. There you go. I guess I am a secretary tonight. I don't mind. But yeah, I usually end up stopping at the 432 and I may go back to doing it again because maybe I need sleep. But what I've been doing is, like I said, a couple hours in the morning. But just was it? What's today? Wednesday, Monday. No, it was Saturday. I actually got to sleep in. I didn't go to sleep until late, and then it was like 4 in the morning. But I rolled out of bed about noon, so 4 hours of sleep. I wasn't going to complain. That's rare. So to go past 1,000 hertz, so look up solar waves. Oh, Scholar. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that high. But like I said, I usually make it to 432, and that's perfect. Everybody, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own little frequency. So you just gotta find. Oh, you're welcome. Mark seems to be really tuned with that stuff. So you got questions, I think Mark's the guy to go to. I just do what's comfortable for me, what works for me. When I do need it, I probably should start doing it again. It did help for a while, but I just got so much going on. Like I said, sometimes after these streams, and when I don't have these streams, I'm working. I'm trying to get stuff done, make a little extra cash and stuff. So I need a higher frequency so I can communicate with Bigfoot. Yeah, just take a tree trunk and bang it on another tree. Talk to him right real fast. I'm just kidding. See, the thing with my Bigfoot stuff now, I'm into Bigfoot. I mean, I've always have been for as long as I remember. But it's time to admit the guy is real. I mean, there's enough. I mean, I'm sad there's a lot of fake stuff out there, but you seem good tonight, Ghost. Relax. I am very relaxed. I'm in a good way. Let me put it this way. Yeah, my brother kind of threw me for a loop, but kind of expected, which is sad to say, but true. Got him taken care of. That was nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's been crazy ever since the fire. But since the fire and a little bit before the fire, I've learned to deal with a lot and come to peace with a lot. Yeah, I have my good days, and when I'm having bad days, I'm sure you all can tell. And it's usually physical. It's just I'm tired of fighting my body. The sleep doesn't bother. The lack of sleep doesn't bother me. I've gotten so used to it. I mean, I literally have doctors. I don't know how you do it. And I'm here for a reason. And that's the way I look at it. And I've accepted that I am what I am and who I am. I'll change the things that I can and accept the things that I can't. And that's the way I've been looking at it. I've been trying not to overanalyze, overthink, kind of go with the flow. And I'm a Virgo. I'm big on details. When I look at something, I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm one of those guys. I look at every speck of dust. So I've had to learn to kind of calm that down a little bit. But I will always be that person, and I accept that. I'm one of those guys that I don't make an opinion until I hear both sides. And I've learned to accept that and just go with it. It's actually come in real handy lately. My attitude has come in real handy. I mean, I get a little frustrated with the old man just because, bless his heart, I know he tries. And it's like, dude, just relax, man. You've done your time. Enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride now. But I got to get him out of this house. So I think I'm going. When the weather breaks, I'm taking him out, get him away from here for about a week, and take him on a vacation. Maybe I'll take him up to Jersey so he can meet Mom. And those two would be a pair. Though he doesn't drink, so it'll be interesting. But I think they'd be good. They'd have a hoot together, that's for sure. But yeah, or take him down and see my brother Tim down in Tennessee. Take him. I need to get him fishing. That he loves fishing, so we didn't get to do a lot of that the last couple of years. I'm ready. Well, hello, Mr. Ryan. How you doing, brother? I'm here looking for a few. Conference Saturday. Ooh, cool. You can post a link to whatever. There might be people there that want to go. I know a lot of people are in Tennessee and Kentucky. They might want to show. So if you got a link to throw in there for that, be my pleasure. Throw it in there. Jim is right about the moon sign. I'm a Leo Cancer man. My moon sign explains a lot about my personality. I don't know what I am. Where did I put that book? Where did I put that book? I had mine out. What did I do with it? I don't know what my moon sign is. She was so worried about my black Lilith, whatever it was. Where did I put that? Somewhere. Nah. Well, poop. That's not it. I'll have to look for it now. I had it out. I'm looking around. I have a link on Friday. You should be able to view my lecture at 4:30. Oh, cool. Tell me what. I take it, Ryan, you do Facebook, right? Are we friends? I haven't even paid attention. If you can, friend me on Facebook and I'll make sure the link goes out. Is Mothra I see in the background? Yes, that is Mothra. That is Mothra in the background. Uncle Bob. Yeah, he's kind of cool. He's kind of cool. Get back there so he adjusts. Yeah, I love the wings. He's fluorescent light, so it looks pretty cool. I got Kong on the other side. We and Chris were just talking. Me and Jarvis was just talking about. Yeah, we were friends on Facebook. Yeah, just hit me up on Messenger, and I'll drop the link somewhere. I have Gemma, if she'd be nice enough to drop it in her communities tab. But yeah, well, always good to drop that stuff out. And if I catch it, I will. If I catch the YouTube version, even better. I don't think I'll be able to get down there. I'm kind of stuck here now for a while until I get him out of the house. Other than running around the stupid city. Yeah, he is really nice. Those were Christmas gifts. It's a shame my chair, I'm going to have to change chairs for a while anyways. This chair's starting to get to me. So I usually take a wooden chair I got in the back and sit on it for a while. But yeah, I got, This is not, like I said, this is not like it used to be, but a lot of that, I should do it this way. A lot of that stuff. My son had the Godzilla picture made for me. That was really cool. And then he has a, I don't know if you can see it. You can barely see it. There's a Dragon Ball Z one he made for me. But yeah, I got my toys. I got the smallest room in the house, which is fine. I play. It's just a pain to dust all the time. Showing off my toys. It's not as big as it used to be. Like I said, I don't know if you heard me, but I had to sell a lot of stuff to pay for doctor bills. So a lot of my collection's gone. I'm rebuilding. Hey, Peppa, how you doing? Good to see you too. Oh, nice. Thanks. A lot of it's just artwork on the wall. The one Batman, I don't know if you can see it now when I had the light on, that's next to the big one, the drawing, that's my artwork. I did that. I did one. That one and the one I sent for Little Man, for Gemma. Those were the last two things I was able to do, and it took me a couple days. It's so hard to draw now. I keep drawing, but I've tried painting. Now I paint gargoyles. I'll find those, the ones that are casted, and I'll paint them. I got one I'm working on now. I've been painting models. I love building my models. I'm building Godzilla now. I've been waiting to go get paint for. Yeah, did you see that? It's one of my better things, but it did take me some time because it was during a rough time with the. But I used to do post art, freelance post art for comic book stores in DC way back in the day. Wasn't much money. I mean, it's freelance stuff. All he did was promo stuff, copy other people's artwork. I wasn't a big fan of it. It wasn't great money. I wanted to be a screen printer, and I worked for Bonanza in Ponderosa for 15 years. Then I went and worked for a company called Airwaves for 15 years. And I was a screen printer, an actual screen printer. Loved that job. I missed that job more than anything. But I also missed the restaurant business. I had fun in the restaurant business. But I loved screen printing. That's what I wanted to work in a comic book store and print comics. But it's hard to get into just to be a printer in that industry. So it was always full. So the next thing I wanted to do was screen printing. I used to make transfers for, if you go to those booths and they press off the transfers, to the one they were probably from Airwaves in the day, car shows and all that. And then when they tried to make me quit, I went and worked for Betland, which made high school sports uniforms. And all I did was screen print numbers all day. But it was fun until they finally made me quit. I'm working on a Polar Lights Godzilla as we speak. It's a big 18-inch version. This will be my second go at it. I have a black and white version I made. This one is done with glowing. I have one of the old Godzilla. I bought a retro Godzilla. It's in the other room, but it's all. I'm starting to glue it together and make sure it's all nice and neat. I have. You remember that stupid, goofy movie Bigfoot? I got the model to that over there. From the movie Bigfoot. Now you can't see it. It's a glow in the darker. And then, of course, Gorgo. I paint this. I love painting these things. And then, of course, the Planet of the Apes. That's what I do to calm my soul. When I'm super, super spazzy and going nuts, that's what I do. I build a model. I was in the middle of Godzilla when Kevin passed, and I had to stop on it. But I'm also trying to. It came with glow in the dark parts, but I also want to keep it to where I can paint it. That Gorgo's mostly glow in the dark, and I got it to where when I painted it, it still, if you hit it with a good strong light, it still came through the paint. Oh, thanks, Mark. What did I do that for? Quit. Thank you. I'm gonna mark that page. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I like that. There you go. Oh yeah, there you go. He's got the old stuff. Yeah, I like that. Where'd you get that? That's nice. I'll have to go look for that one. Yeah, I love making the models. I tried cars, but I have no patience for cars. That's the link to the black and white. Yeah, that's so cool. I like that. I do. I like that. 1111. Yes, it is. Is it 1111? It sure is. Wow. You can find that one on eBay. Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'll look for it. Yeah, because it's been nice. I mean, like I said, I also buy the people give me their ceramic, those cast gargoyles and stuff. I'll paint those. My dad's got before my mom passed, bought her one of these heart shaped that has a hummingbird. It's like casted plaster, and I'm gonna paint it for him in remembrance of her, and then we're gonna have it kind of sealed so we can set it on over by our tombstone. I used the white glow in the dark auto body paint on it. Oh, that's cool. Hey, that's a smart idea. I like that. Yeah, I just started doing it, and I started about a year ago, and just been going to town because it's like there are some days I really have a hard time doing anything because I'm just so shaky or tremmy, or the the muscle spasms and cramps are real bad, the pain's real high. That's what I'll do. I'll go in there and piddle around with models because I got to be doing something. It's like watching me read. People don't know how I read like I do, as fast as I do, and go through a book like I do. When I'm sitting doing this, when I'm reading, and I don't even know I'm doing it, but I'm reading like this. And you imagine sitting on the bed and seeing somebody sitting on the bed doing this. No headset on, no music going. So I'm always doing something. I'm always in motion. So yeah, like I'm trying to find. See, we used to have all the Universal Monster ones, and a bunch of subs and stuff that we built, but we blew them all up. We burned them all. Had too much fun. Oh, a Predator one? Oh, nice. That is nice. I have my Predator up there, but it's not a model. It's this guy. I got this guy here. He's kind of cool. And then I have the Mummy and Frankenstein like that too. I do want to find the models for those though. City Hunter. Well, you guys are really talented, Austin Ryan. Yeah, they're not. He's good. I love doing it. Is, and it is when I'm doing that stuff. That's probably one time I'm probably my most content is when I'm just. But I tell you what, when you start getting with the small parts, I feel like my dad is just like, just. Yeah, that means a lot, and it does. Yeah. Yeah, I have a gargoyle out there I painted that I'm gonna give. It was all I found it in the trash. It had like a solar lamp on the back, and it had a flame that was supposed to light up, but everything was all messed up on it. The wire was all corroded, so I cleaned it up and I painted it. And I need to do so. You could tell I had shaky hands that day, so I need to go back and try to clean it up a little bit before I send it to her. And it's heavy too. I'm always making stuff out of stuff. Yeah, and I do that too. Make stuff with that and stuff. That's my dad. Um, it's funny because every time we're driving around, and if somebody sets a lawnmower out to be thrown away, or like we just put some guy threw an air compressor away, and Dad goes 2 to 1, it's frozen up. And I said, it's possible. The guy goes, take it. I'm throwing it away. Take it. So he took it. He's got it running. He's actually got it running. Yeah. But he paints. My dad paints, and then he makes stuff with wood. He makes little toy trucks and stuff. But we get kind of nervous now around the saws, so we try to keep them away from the saws. Yeah, actually, you should. It's like all the stuff I used to remember about toys and stuff. I used to actually, right before I got married, I was running around toy shows buying toys for other people. They would give me a list of what to look for, and I would go around and find it all for them. I had a blast doing that too because, I was on In Motion all day, so it made it worth my time. I got paid for it. Also got some collectibles out of it myself at the end of the day. I'm currently working on a Wendigo skull. I should have it done soon. Oh, cool. Make sure you post pictures. I'll have to check those out. They do it for fun. Yeah, I know. But, if you can make a couple bucks out of somebody says, I'll buy that off you, should sell it. It's always nice. I said 8 for a reason. I know you did it for fun. That's like me and the models. I do it for fun. You all have much more patience than I do. Actually, you'd be surprised how long it took me to learn how to be patient. You asked my dad when I was a kid, because I was always all over the place. I had no patience. It took me a long time to be a patient person. A long time. A lot of that had to do with having kids. My kids taught me how to be patient. Yeah, and we do it for fun. It's just a way to relax. But I've done stuff, and somebody says, "Well, I'll buy that." No, okay. What do you want? Well, give me whatever you think it's worth it. I take it. I can always do another one. It's just an item. And I've given a lot of stuff away too. A lot of stuff that I've done. A lot of art like that Batman back there. I did a Garfield, and it's just a simple picture. Garfield's all tangled up in a spider web, and this girl went nuts over it. And I said, if you want it that bad, take it. But it's like, I'm trying to draw again. I'm working on a couple things now. I'm trying to stay steady enough. I've been trying to draw pictures of stuff I see now and again. I don't like doing that because I don't feel like it's a good thing to do. But maybe if I draw some of this stuff, maybe somebody will go, oh, I've seen that before. Now I've been trying to work on a picture of the black-eyed kid I see. And I want to make it look as close as possible. It's hard when you're shaking and you get frustrated. It's like, come on, hands. Work with me. So do it. I just give things away. Yeah, that's what I do. And so, unless somebody says, no, I want to pay for it. That's really cool. I did a couple paintings like that. Now, see, my dad's the painter. And it's funny because the stuff's not, he's colorblind. My dad's colorblind. So he goes by the, what the paint says, the name on the paint is. So, and his stuff's, you can tell it's not professional. But I'll tell you what, some of the stuff is better than I see in the museums now. A lot better. Oh, yeah. Ryan, this one of the reasons I burnt a lot of my personal encounters. I used to write down the things I used to see. I would draw. I burned all that stuff about 8 years ago. About that, because it felt like it was following me around. I was always on edge. I always felt uncomfortable. So I just got rid of everything of that was my own personal experience. I got rid of. And but I've had people say, I need to see what you're talking about, because sometimes some of the things I see, it's hard to explain, but it's also sometimes hard to put it on paper, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't like doing it. It makes me nervous. Like I said, that when I decided to burn all that stuff, it was like after I'd burned everything, and I'm talking just my own personal encounters, stuff that I drew of things I've seen. When I got rid of all that stuff, it was like a weight being lifted off my back. It was weird, and maybe a good thing. But, ever since I drew the picture of the lady in the light that I saw, I haven't had too much of a problem. It's just my hands. It wasn't that I didn't want my children to see it. It felt like some of the things, because I've seen some pretty weird stuff. And when I got rid of those pictures, I didn't feel like I was being watched all the time. Excuse me. Yeah, I burned all the picture, everything that was on paper I burned. Yeah, it went out in the fire pit. Now I keep a diary, but now it's just basically it's stuff I see, but very limited in words. I don't go into detail what exactly I'm seeing. I notice that helps too. If I don't go into detail, I don't feel like I'm bringing something in. Um, but but most of the stuff that I write down now that I do have are other people's encounters that have been told to me, either in a diner. I see a lot of truckers. Dad still talks to a lot of truckers, so I always get good stories. Mine went in the fireplace. Yeah, yeah. Pictures can be very powerful. Ryan pretty much said it right there. And there's some things you don't want to draw. You're not doing yourself any good drawing stuff like that at all. I believe words have power. They give birth. Yeah. Oh yeah, words have power too. They can lead to a manifestation. Yep. Oh yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Heck, human thought has a lot of power. When you get everybody thinking about the same thing, you might be surprised what happens. I think that's like the tall man, slender man. There are kind of accounts of him before the creepypastas, but the creepypasta gave it more life. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. I love when we have good conversations. I just don't know how late I'll make it tonight. And no, I'm not doing till 5. Okay. Look me on the eyes, Edna. I'm not going till 5. Precisely. Bruce Lee said never talk negative of yourself. Yeah. See, that's another thing. I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. Yeah, I need to dig my books out. I saw a drawing of other two. I saw a drawing the other day of the things I saw after having that hallucination. Look just like it. Someone else has been. Oh, probably. You'd be surprised. I've seen drawings that I did that I burned that I've seen on television. I'm like, damn, that's awful close to mine. We'll see. Yeah, I've seen drawings that have looked really close to mine. Um, I can't think of her name. I hate when I do this because I don't. I do. I still get nervous on stream, and so I blank out. Amy, when she does in Dead Files, when she does the artwork at the end, there's been a couple times that person's drawing stuff, and I'm like, I've seen something like that. and it creeps me out. It's like, no way. Sit there quietly and just kind of go, no, I'm not seeing this right now. I think I just put burned a picture like that not too long ago. Well, I'm sure you were taken back. It's like, but see, it just goes to show you, it's just confirmation. Then that's the way I started looking at it. That's confirmation that I did see what I saw. And I wasn't the only one that's seen something like it. It's like, it was about 3 years ago. I was babysitting for a friend. I couldn't, this babysitter backed out and I wasn't doing nothing. I said, well, you guys go out and I'll watch the kid. I don't mind. I'm not doing nothing. So the kid was drawing a picture and he was drawing a picture of these kids on the playground with these little black things following them. And I go, what is that? And he goes, I see him on the playground. And I went, holy crap, I did too. So me and this little kid had a good long conversation that night. I have a funny feeling I'm not alone in the world. But we're not. It was hallucination. Might be. Good thing I'm getting blessings from some elders. I'll be talking about Wendigo and Skinwalkers on Saturday. Blessings will be in. Oh yeah, because that's the thing. You're really into that stuff too, and I do worry about you, dude, because you've gotten deep, and I know what it's like to go deep on a subject, and something come looking for you. And now, this wasn't my subject at the time. Was not paranormal. It was just some really bad, evil stuff that I was asked to investigate and do some research on. And I dug a little too deep, and they came after me and they torched my computer. So yeah, there's just some things, just like in those things, you don't mess with. And I do worry about you. You're one of the people I pray for, because it's good that you get the information out there. Somebody's got to get it out there, because someday it's going to come handy for somebody. I'm not done yet. I won't be happy until all show hosts are telling the actual. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you what. I get so tired of seeing, oh, that's a skinwalker. Oh, that's a Wendigo. It's like, dude, stop. Oh, that little boy is actually a little girl and she's scary. Stop. Let's talk, let's get the information right. And that's just the top 10. It's not to talk about some hosts that do it too. Or did those things heal me? Now, see, that's a possibility. Because Ghost, I was dead. I don't know. And I don't think I was coming back. They called in the family. And it is very highly possible. And I've walked through that door 5 times. And I will say this, because I don't talk about it a lot, because what happened in those were pretty personal and was very life-changing each time. But I will say this. There were times that I knew that there was either something I didn't understand with me, kind of holding me up, as one might say, why I'm being told all this stuff. And there's been times that I knew exactly that it was a family member, and maybe even one that I didn't even know. So anything is possible. I don't. You know how I feel about the alien thing. I'm sorry. I'm always open, but years of research, my opinion has stuck on the alien thing, the fallen angels. But I'm not the only one that thinks that, and that makes me feel a little more comfortable. But I catch a lot of slack for it. So even that could have been what healed you. I mean, something kept you here for a reason, and you got to always remember that. I'm sure you do, Ryan. Tread very carefully. I told my family I'd be on life support for the last at least a week, probably more. See something. See, you're hurt now, and I know you're going through the schnizzles. Believe me, you're not going anywhere yet, and there are things watching over you, and there's a reason for it. Now, what it is, I couldn't tell you. But I tell you what, there's a lot of intervention going on with you and your family. And there was a reason why when your daughter told that thing to leave and it left. Now, I'm not saying it won't come back, but I think you guys now being aware of all this stuff, I don't think there's going to be harder times, but you got to remember, like I told you, your family right now is your key. So, but you've done great, and there's a reason, like I said, and I think because of your family is a lot of reasons why you're still walking. It's just like me. They told me I'd be gone at 50. They were literally putting money that I wouldn't make it by 50. I have proven them wrong by 10 years, and I'm proud of that. I earned the white hair I earned when I was 12 years old, and the gray that coming in now. I earned it, and I'm proud of it. When my hair turned white when I was 12, yeah, I was kind of whacked out of my brain for about 2 weeks, trying to figure out what happened. But I accepted it. Once I accepted it, I talked to her today. It hasn't come back. That's good. That's good. And like you've learned that smudging and all it's just a temporary fix. So I was told the same thing, but everything was supposed to happen before I turned 50. You're not going to be on your legs too much longer. Yeah, I did this and I did that. And I'm like, dude, just shut your mouth and let me live my life. Just make me comfortable. See how all of my problems dealt with the constant motion. I mean, I literally, you're in motion all the time. It takes a toll on your muscles and your bones, especially when you're in sleep and your brain's resting, but your body's doing this. It's just grind those bones, pull those muscles. Though I burn a lot of calories. You wouldn't tell because of this. I'm still working off the last batch of steroids they gave me. But every time I take steroids, man, I gain weight. I hate it. I eat like a bird. I'm not a big eater. Yeah, I'm going to wait for that. I know there's a lot of people I got to go back and catch up on. But I'm going to tell you, Ryan, and there's a couple other people I'm going to stop dropping names for. And we will have you on, Ryan. We're just trying to get through her mom's move. I want to have Vixen on. I would like to have Edna on one night or one evening. Let her come in here and chat. Heck, we usually end up closing the show together anyway. I got to be careful, though. I can't let her look in the eyes. She still tries to get a fix on me. I swear I think I found it that wasn't a dream. And then the bruises on my arm. Honey, you know how many times I've woken up with bruises? But then again, I've had bruises. I got bruises right in broad daylight. And people going, where the hell did that come from? I go, that's from that thing that just grabbed me. What thing? Take your time. Yeah, because I want Gemma to be with us. She wants to learn a lot more about Wendigos and skinwalkers too. I'll do it. What? I figured we close the show out together a lot of times anyways. We can sit on here and Jake and they can make fun of us sitting in the stream together making fun of each other. You trying to look in my eyes and find out what makes me tick and me picking on you about all the little critters that watch over you. And Vixen, I want to have her on. She's really a very interesting person. And Chris is actually a wealth of knowledge too. That's like Black Dragon and Midnight that comes in here, Nightmare that comes in here and out. There's another person who's a lot smarter. He just doesn't see the foot plays long enough to show off. When you said the night year of bruises looked like burns, I forgot. Yeah, they do. Every time I've ever been grabbed, every time, and I can guarantee you, come next Halloween, I'll make sure y'all show you my arms. Usually it starts about the day. It usually starts about the 28th, 29th to about the 2nd of November. I will wake up and it will literally look like somebody took a cigarette and just burned my arms. And sometimes they look like handprints, like this. It's weird. My dad even freaks out. Last year he was freaking out. It's like, dude, dude, don't even ask, because you're not gonna believe me. And that's what they look like. They look like burn marks. They start off looking like burn marks without a big, huge bubble. And it always happens around Halloween. And the only thing I can think of is that's probably when they're strongest, because especially a couple things that I help shoo away, I think they come back to give me a hard time. And it's always around Halloween. I just fight them off and move on to the next holiday. But yeah. And that stuff a lot of people don't know. And I've even found them on my back. Oh, I woke up one year about, I don't know, it was probably about 1997, 98. I woke up and it literally looked like something had put a handprint like this on my forehead. I had it looked like 4 burn marks all across the front of my head. You know I do. Sometimes I don't wear it at night because sometimes before I get on stream, I take a shower and stuff, and I just don't put it back on. And when I wear a suit and a tie, it's hard to wear it because underneath the tie you can't. And if I put it out, it doesn't look right. So, but yeah, everybody talks about things that happen to them, and I'm right there with them. I can tell you stories too. I think the scariest, when it comes to actually having marks put on me, the worst ones I ever got that really made me nervous was in fact, I still have the scars. There's 3 scars where it literally looked like someone with just 3 fingers, long nails, just went across. And I actually had to get butterfly stitches. That's how bad it was. I woke up like that. I was bleeding all over the place. And you're talking about Patricia and Thomas coming to my apartment and cleaning the house. That was an understatement. But they literally had to put butterflies on my arm. That's how bad it was. I pissed. Probably me talking to it, and nothing. Do you dream of it, Ghost, or does it, or just wake that way? Actually, I don't dream of it. I think a lot of times, I think it happens during the battles. See, when I have dreams, when I just dream, it's either some weird, wacky dream, or I'm always in battle. Always in battle. Now, I would have said, oh, those are battle scars, but there was 3, and it was just right across the arm, and in the center, was real deep. They thought I was going to need stitches, and I'm like, no, just put butterflies on it. It will heal. I do heal real fast. I will say that. But once I start bleeding, man, you better hurry up and get me, patched up, because it comes. And when I bleed, I bleed. But once I heal up, man, I heal up fast. Once you get it closed and healing, I'm good in a couple days. Scariest paranormal event I've had so far was hearing a group of kids laughing, hearing their footfalls in the middle of the night. Ooh, in the desert too. That would be creepy. That would be seriously creepy, especially in the desert. Why would there be kids in the desert? But then again, you're talking the desert, Native Americans. See, the kid thing doesn't scare me because I hate to tell people, not every ghost kid you see is a kid. 2 to 1, it's something bad, and that's how they get people to lure it in. We all know that. It's all been told to us 1,000 times. If you want sympathy, somebody play like a kid. But kids don't bother me. Like I said, the only thing that's ever really put the fear of God in me was the Hat Man. And it was really weird because I saw, I told you guys I'd seen the Hat Man again with this lady at the grocery store. Well, I've seen her twice now, and he wasn't with her. So it kind of worries me that he's now not coming to work with her, or he's hanging out at her home. And I'm not comfortable going up and asking her questions because I've seen what happens, good and bad. So I'm hoping she's okay. She seemed to be happy. But the Hat Man and that demon that I saw, that thing melting in the guts, this was so gross, so vile. And those are the two things that every so often I'll have dreams about them, especially the demon, because that's what it was. There was no ifs, ands, and buts. This thing was just pure nasty evil, feeding off the weakest of weak and anybody that had, and it was just feeding off. Now, see, my prophetic dreams are more like visions. I realized the other day when we were talking about them, Edna, that most of the ones I've had was when I was like working or doing something, and all of a sudden I start getting these things in my head, like, what? Why am I seeing this in my head? And very few at night, but when they're happening in a dream, oh, they're very vivid. It's hard to make sense because it happens, certain things happen so fast, so you're trying to piece things together. The probate dreams, I can't handle it. Yeah, they're kind of weird and they scare you. I get that. Another creepy thing was when a flock of owls just came out of nowhere. We were doing a skinwalker investigation at the time, so all these owls just show up. It was weird. Maybe they were trying to warn you. You know, I've heard about a story. I believe it's actually an owl story about an owl that tormented a family, and they believed it was a skinwalker. And its thing, I guess, just horrified this poor family on the reservation. And I don't never heard what happened. But usually, you know, it's like Edna sees owls and hears owls. In her case, I think they're her guardians, along with a couple other things. She has a very close connection with, I would say animals, but more like the critters of the forest. And I think a lot of that has to do with her encounter with the Fae. And I really do. I think that just heightened that up even more. So I believe they still watch you, Edna. And I honestly believe, and you probably didn't notice it until after your encounter with the Fae, right? That's when you really started noticing the owls, right? I'll go to another state and an owl will show up. Yeah. In my case, I tend to be spooked by owls. Owls are usually represented Wendigo. They are, yeah. I'm not gonna say that. Powagi. See, I'm not even gonna try. The dream symbol, yeah. Also, owls are considered an alien thing too. But see, that's the thing. Owls have so many representations of what they could mean and what they are. It's just a symbol. And make sure it gets your attention. I'm telling you, since you're and with you and the critters, Edna, I believe it all has to do with the Fae. The huge owl came first, Ghost. Did it? Now, see, in my case, if I see things consistently, it's usually birds of prey. When I start seeing a lot of birds of prey, I know something's going to happen, either good or bad. They don't. I don't. But usually, when I say, "Hey, darling Deb, how you doing?" They're real Snow White. Love that. How you doing, darling Deb? Good to see everybody. Now, remember, folks, I gotta say it again because what time is it? Oh, it's 1:45. Okay. Oracles tomorrow night, 7:15. Thursday night oracles. I'm sure I'll post it a couple times tomorrow, and I'm sure she will. I'll stream Saturday night. Kind of like Saturday nights because then I sleep in. Because Sundays, I try to make Sundays my day, but it never works out. And then Monday her videos, and hopefully Saturday I'll be able to show you what videos those are. And then Tuesday talk, and then back to normal again. I'm trying to get back on the groove again. I think I am just going to keep this what we're doing now. And then on, hey, Brothers Grimm. You know, I used to know a band here in town called Brothers Grimm. Well, not really a topic. What we do here on, if you ever seen Mongolian Monster, I kind of stole it from him. We just kind of sit around, talk whatever comes up. Earlier we were talking about movies, then we were talking about collectibles and toys. So whatever the topic is that comes up in chat, I just me in the chat is all it is. As you've seen in other streams, Gemma does all the talking, so I just let her talk. It's her, her channel, and then I get my little personal time with you guys on Wednesdays and Saturdays or Fridays. Well, it'll be on Saturdays now because once her mom gets moved out, I believe she'll just be streaming on Oracles on Fridays unless something comes up. So we just hang out and talk. We were talking about Wendigo and Skinwalkers because Ryan, that's another thing. I would like to hook up with you sometime, Ryan, and see if we can go to Skinwalker Ranch. For some reason, I get drawn to that place. I have dreams about now, Edna. That's one thing I do have dreams about that I do remember very vividly is Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know why, but I feel like I've been there before, and it's really weird. And it like calls to me. We need to do that. No, I'm serious, dude. That place calls to me. It has ever since I learned about the place back in the 80s. And then I started having really interesting dreams. Well, hello, Miss Cindy Lee. How are you, dear? Are you a busy lady tonight? Will you have a good night too, hon? You get some rest. I don't know if you heard me. Oracles, I'm sure you saw the thing too, but Oracles tomorrow night at 7:15. I would love to. I know I'd like to go check out the other one up north of there, the other Skinwalker Ranch, where they're having all kinds of weird. But the problem is, will they let us in? Because I've always been drawn to, especially Skinwalker Ranch. For some reason, that place, it draws me big time. Every time the conversation comes up about Skinwalker Ranch, I'm right there. Now, the show cracks me up. I watch the show pretty much as a joke. Ghost, are you into Tartarian yet? Skinwalker has old tech. What? You have to talk to Ryan about that one. You kind of lost me there. I think the show really sensationalizes. Yeah, and it does. It does. Just like, I mean, think about what's the one about the gold, the island. Look how long they've been playing that. And the key to that, getting that gold, is somebody. Tartarian brother. Okay. Sorry. It's a new one for me. I have to look that up. I've been so out of touch lately. I've been dealing with everything here that I've kind of touched stuff like Tartarian. Why does that sound familiar? No. You have to forgive me because I do have problems talking, so bear with me. I have to go to the Black Hills. I will. The Black Hills. Ooh, there's a place. No Grass Dragon Lee. I just wanted to bring in any down into the mood I have been in. Oh, you're fine, honey. I know it's been rough for everybody. It has. Everybody's hurting one way or another, sweetie. Don't be afraid to reach out. You got me on Facebook. Shoot me a messenger. Just let me know you're okay. You can yell at me anytime. I think Gemma will tell you I'm a good punching board. So, Mama Cindy Lee. I just like Cindy Lee. Black here has old work buildings too, mostly destroyed. Yeah. I'd like to go to Skinwalker Ranch. I want to go to Death Valley. I don't know why, but something draws me to Death Valley too. And there's a place way north of Canada that a friend told me about that I'd like to check out. And it's like in the Northern Territories, right on the Arctic Circle. Black Hills got some great stories. I love seeing that name, Brother Grimm. So I literally used to hang out with a band called Brothers Grimm. Joey and his brothers. They were cool dudes. In fact, I ran into one of them not too long ago. It was good to see him. I'm just reading chat, letting everybody chat it up because I'm probably going to call it here pretty soon. Go strong to destroy places. Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's the Godzilla in me. It's a holy place. One day I want to go to Fort Saskatchewan. Oh, no, I said that wrong. Allegedly, Swift Runner is buried nearby. Ooh, really? He was. Yeah, I know who he is. Yes, I know who he is. Ooh, that would be interesting. Ooh, you go there, let me know, and I'll figure out a way to go. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go there with you if you go to Skinwalker Ranch with me. Old band name of mine, Brother Grimm. Yeah, did you play here in Columbus, Ohio? Old band name of mine. Yeah, I used to listen to Brothers Grimm here at the Alarosa. Did you play there? You probably know me if you're from here in Columbus, Ohio. It's a deal. I'm serious. If I can work it out, I'd like to. Oh, you're in Minnesota? Were we decent in the 90s? We were decent in the 90s? Oh, you're from Minnesota? Really? There was a band here named Brothers Grimm. I didn't know if they were from Columbus. I know they played a lot here. I knew the two brothers, they were brothers. They played 80s and 90s too. That's all right. If it's not the same band, it's not the same band. It's cool. Yeah, I used to see them at Alarosa's and Fairweather, and they were out of Cleveland. He did a lot of Genesis stuff, kind of a little bit of everything. Um, oh, thanks, Mark. Good night, sir. You have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow night for oracles. Yeah, she's a little weirded out by doing it on a Thursday, but at least she'll get it in. I'm surprised she was able to. I wasn't sure if she could work it out for Thursday night or not. I know she doesn't like missing oracles. It does bum her out when she misses. She's had to miss a couple already, and it bumps her out when she misses it. Bless her heart. She loves you guys so much. She has such a good time with you guys. Yeah, hit those hearts. That does help the channel. Make sure you leave a like, please. And if you got a comment afterwards, please leave a comment. Just helps with the algorithm. And like I said, I posted a crap little more videos of her past over there in Rumble. And once we get our mom settled in, we will stream on Rumble. Maybe a couple of times, at least once a week or something. Yeah, smash that like. Mark, you have a good one tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow night, I hope. Seems you've seen a lot of live shows. What was your favorite Ghost? I've seen a lot of bands in my day. As for local bands, I would say within the state, the bands that did the tours around the states and around the other states, I liked Fairweather. I liked um, Brothers Grimm. Eric Moore and the Gods. He lived right up the street from me. He literally lived right up the street from me on East Lincoln. I was there at Dimebag's last show up here at the Old Roses. I only live, if I walk, it'd take maybe a half hour, an hour. It's not there anymore. They tore it down. But I saw that show. All time favorite, big or not? All time favorite? Probably Pink Floyd. The Wall concert was my favorite show. That show was awesome. Saw it at Madison Square Garden. It was so good, even though Roger Waters kind of cried a little bit at the beginning of it about people being too loud. But once they got going, Dimebag's last show, yes, I was there at Alaros's. Actually, I not but maybe 15, 20s before that, he was at the bar buying people drinks. And he bought everybody at the bar one, and I sat maybe 3 people away from him. He was the nicest man I ever met. They used to come through all the time. Such a sweet guy. Him and Lemmy. I met Lemmy a couple times when they played Motorhead. But as for a favorite concert, probably The Wall. And then I've been all over the dashboard. I was a big time punker in the day too. So I've seen the Misfits. I've seen, well, if you want to call it seen, I saw them there, Sex Pistols, but they didn't play crap. All they did was moan and groan. And yeah, Lemmy was another one that sat at the bar and bought drinks at Alarosa. It was a hoot. Elbow dropped like a button for you. Trying to catch up on stream real quick. Tell me time for me to call it up. Now you have a good night, Ryan, and we will hook up. I'll get a hold of you, or you can get a hold of me, and we'll work out some times here in about a week or so, and get you on. I want to have you on. I want to have you on. If you could do it Tuesday afternoon, that'd be awesome. That way Gemma could be here too. We'll work it out. Sound good, bro? You take care and have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah, I met Sammy Hagar. It was funny because I saw my brothers took me to go see Montrose when I was like 14 years old, 15 years old. And because there was like me and one other kid there, people literally put us up by the stage. My brothers were freaking out. Said I should bring my little brother more often, get up by the stage. And Sammy Hagar gave me a guitar pick, which God knows where we're at now. And then I saw him with Van Hagar, and he gave me a hat, and he goes, "You look familiar." And I was a little younger then, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, I met you at Montrose. You actually had me on stage. I was dancing. I was like 14 years old. Everybody was all partying it up." He goes, "Holy crap!" And he's another nice guy. But I've been around. I got lucky in my life, especially with rock stars. Met Chuck Norris a couple times. But then again, you have the Arnold show here. So I've met Arnold a couple times. Yeah, that Dimebag's last show. That was rough. I knew after that show that bar was never going to be the same again. And believe it or not, they tore it down. The last couple shows, I think Mushroom Head was there one night, and the guys from Mushroom Head swear that place is haunted. Was haunted, and I believe that's why all of a sudden they just stopped doing shows because there was weird stuff going on. And they literally tore it down. It's where it was now is now apartments, and they just went up. Yeah, I gotta admit the cop was there fast. He was real close. Thank goodness. It could have gotten real ugly real fast. I mean, it did get ugly already, but it could have been a lot worse. That guy was not stable. And it happened so fast. This is Dragon. I wish, and you know what this is? I called it. I was told it was like a dragon heart. It's a green. It's not quartz, but it was a gift from Gemma. And then I got this on. This is Edna's gift to me. Edna, you have to tell him what it is. I love this too. I wear this a lot. I wear them both. Usually I take them off, but I put them back on tonight. I've been running all day and I see stuff. So when I come home, I sometimes will wear them all the way to bedtime. I knew a guy like this guy. Ghost got the stories much deeper than we think of things. I've been around. I don't know how much around would be around, but yeah, black worms. I'm sorry, I'm just not good with the gemstone stuff. To me, they're just pretty rocks. But man, I'll tell you what, I've gotten in a habit now of putting them out in the moon. So I've made it a little ritual to make sure when that moon's full and I got a good view at this window, they're on that window. So charge those babies up. Do it naturally. Though Gemma's loving that grounding pad. Who got her the grounding pad? Was it somebody got her the grounding pad? Was it you, Deb? Somebody got her the grounding pad. Man, she's loving. I think the one Gemma got you is labradorite. This one here. I don't know. I just called it dragon heart. It's nice. I mean, you really. I was kind of bummed because if they would have polished this whole thing instead of just having like a flat spot right here, it would look really nice. It has really good color. I like this one too. This one. I like this little tiny thing. It's little too, but it is just got. You can see that. If I get in there, it's got some really neat coloring to it. It's hard to tell with the glare. And then I really like this one too. I hold these. You'll find me holding these two a lot. This one right here. See, Pixie and Gemma's the one to talk about this stuff. I'm not knowledgeable at all about this. Yeah, the red jasper. This here, is that what this is? I like this. Yeah, I hold these two a lot. I really like the color on that one. It's got a nice coloring to it. And then my favorite, and I try to be careful with it, is this. I really like this. And it's a nice little, it came in a real fancy, she sent this to me in a real fancy box. Tiger's Eye. Yeah, the other one's Tiger Eye. Is that what that is? Okay. And then this is what the rose quartz, that's what this is, right? They are both strong grounding stones. Oh, cool. Thank you, Dad. And then I like this. This is it's got that rose, kind of a purple. And in the light, it looks more pink. But I like this one too. But there's a couple of them here I like. But those, the red and the little ones I was holding, I'll sit here sometime and fiddle with them. And same thing with my volcano beads. So you'll see me doing the oracles now, playing with them because I get antsy. The twitches get bad, so it gives me something to kind of focus on. Rose quartz is calming. Yeah, I noticed about this. Is that what this is, rose quartz? I'll tell you what. After I set this in the moon and hold it for a while, it is. You get this kind of relaxing feeling. It's nice. But I'll never relax. It doesn't last long for me. Very cool. I get antsy too and do the same. Yeah, that's why I started painting models and stuff too. I started that about 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm always in motion, so anything that gives me a little calming relief is always nice. My biggest calming thing that helps me the best though is when I do my Tai Chi in the morning. When I'm done here before I go to bed, no matter what the weather is, I will go outside and do it outside in the backyard. I'll do it in the morning. I'm usually up just about, if I can't sleep and I'm up all night, I'll do it before I go to bed. So it's like I do it twice anyways. And then I'll do it again later. But if I can get it in during the evening, like a lot of times I'll do it. Lately I've been doing it right after stream or right before I go to bed, I'll go outside, do my Tai Chi and calm myself and kind of relax. And then I'll do it again in the morning, usually about daybreak, unless I actually am asleep. Count your blessing, your touch the stones on the bracelet. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Edna. You guys see, now when it comes to this stuff, I leave that all Pixie and Gemma. That's her. That's her. And then the cards, I leave that all to them. I'm doing the McKinsey exercises, basically yoga. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Basically, Tai Chi's martial arts, a dance form of martial arts. Is basically what it feels like. I shouldn't say it that way because I'll have all kinds of people attacking me, but that's what it feels like when I'm out there doing it by myself. I feel like I'm doing kind of a ballet with breathing and calming. And then when I'm done with that, now starting, Thomas wants me to start going to the gym. He has a gym at his church, so, and he has a punching bag and stuff. So I'm going to go back to doing my workouts I did when I kickboxed and try to work off all these steroids that they dumped on me again, because I was actually losing weight and I didn't gain much back, but I did gain enough now that I'm having a little hard time getting rid of it. Like I said, I eat like a bird. I eat breakfast and I eat dinner, and that's it. And a snack here and there. Now I have a bowl of cereal before I go to bed, and that's it. But I always have had a bowl of cereal before bed. When I never go to bed, it's funny. I'll eat this bowl of cereal, I'll eat this bowl of cereal and I'll go to bed. I never go to bed. I end up pacing for another 2 or 3 hours. Yes, it's very important. And it sucks when you have allergies. My teacher, we actually had a breathing coach, and he would get so pissed. I was like, dude, I'm trying everything. I'm taking everything I can. I can't help it if I got allergies. Helps with pain. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I had one teacher, instructor, whatever you want to call it, tell me, oh, pain is in the mind. You beat the pain in the mind, you'll beat pain. I said, yeah, well, what happens when that pain is in your crotch or in your kneecaps or so bad across your spine and neck that you can't even move? That's in your mind, all right, and you're feeling it all the way to the bone. I don't care what kind of mystic crap you're going to tell me. I know pain when I feel it. It's not all in the head. It just goes to the head. I don't really want to go to my room because there is a portal in the corner of my room above where I sleep. Oh, nice. Yeah, Pixie or Gemma is the person you want to talk to. Oh, yeah, that's right. You just talked to Gemma not too long ago. Gemma spotted. Leave it to Gemma to see that stuff that you don't want to know about. Plus, all right. Well, hopefully you can close it. That's possible too. Sometimes you can open those things. But see, I don't like saying stuff because Gemma knows her stuff. Pixie knows their stuff. I don't want to contradict what they say because, like I said, there are things that we agree on and there's things that we don't agree on. And that's what makes it interesting because there are times that she gets rambling. I can say things and I bite my lip because I know I could cause an argument, not only between us, but in chat too. So, but we respect each other. That's what it's about. But yeah, those are the two you want to talk to about. Hey, John B, how you doing? Yeah, we're up laying around. I'm sure I've gone past midnight. Yep. And that's kept me up past midnight again, Mom. Blame Edna, since she blames me for everything else. Are your ears ringing, Edna? How you doing, sir? Mine's still ringing, Edna. Would you do talking about me again? Mine's been ringing for 3 days now. I hope you're well, John. And then she tried to tell everybody I was passing a virus around on the internet. It's weird because it's hard to sleep, but I do have a massive angel protecting. That's good. As long as you got protection, that's the key. Yeah, when you're dealing with this portals. And now my theory on portals and stuff is a little different, but not much different than Gemma's. So I'll let that young lady take care of that business. But I can imagine how creepy it is because I've been in places where there's been portals, and I saw all kinds of weird stuff. My YouTube chat keeps flickering out. That is so weird. It just caught my eye again. Goes into like little black boxes. So weird. As a matter of fact, my ears are might have been ringing for 3 days. Actually, they've been ringing on and off since we had that conversation. But like I said, I have a couple people I'm concerned about. And I think that's a lot of the, if it's just my right ear, it's because I'm focused on people that I know that really could be focused on. And if it's both ears, I know either something's happening or something's close, either spiritually or whatever. And then when they're really high pitched or real loud, that's usually like a solar flare or there's something going on with Earth itself. Because I'll get a headache with those. Are you serious, Edna? Has it really been ringing? See, you are talking about me. Stop it. Just because you can't look in my eyes and get a fix on what I'm all about, you don't have to be making everybody's ears ring, okay, woman? That's fun. It was really loud for me that night. Yeah, it was really bad for me. And what was really weird that night, Edna, was it was just, this one was ringing, but my right ear was just going ballistic. I mean, it got to the point I had to get up twice. I was trying to sleep, and it was ringing so bad, rocking and ringing. It was literally giving me a headache. It was making my side of my head hurt. And then it stopped for a while, and it came back, but not as loud. And it's been pretty consistent on and off now. Hubby was 11-foot scary ancient. Hubby has this 11-foot ancient scary. Sorry, I can read really good. Can I read good. 11-foot scary ancient beat thing attached to him. I just imagine how inconvenient it must be for it since I have 8-foot ceilings. Punk, punk, punk. You did blame me. You did it. Don't blame me. You did it. You don't blame me. No, I'll take credit for the virus and everybody getting sick. But you can take the blame for the earring. No, I did bring it up that night, didn't I, Edna? I'm the one that said that his ears were ringing. I guess it was me. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh thinking I could see this thing just bopping his head or walking around all hunched over. That's funny. Now I'm having these visions of this thing all bent over, trying to walk around in this little tiny house. I'm supposed to be scary. How could I be scary looking like this? You guys, I love you guys. You guys are great. Gotta get a drink. I'm getting dry mouth. Edna's got me talking so much now. I got dry mouth. She keeps me up past midnight. I don't know why you keep me up all night, Edna. Tell it to get out of your house. Yeah, there you go. Get out. Well, you just get Edna and her daughter over there and let her daughter yell at it a couple times. I'm sure it'll leave. And then you get Edna to back her up. It won't be coming back. And you should be able to do that on your own, Deb. You're a lot stronger than you think you are. I think Gemma will tell you that. There's a lot more going on with you than I think you realize. Whoops, hold on. I knew I'd do that. Sorry about that, folks. Ooh, that kind of went down the wrong way. Edna, we were going, and Gemma is sending me a box of stuff. We'll take around 4 to 6 weeks to get rid of it. Yeah, unfortunately, it does take a little time. Oh, nothing like her little boxes. Edna, get over here. Yeah, there you go. She'll get that thing. Edna and her daughter will get that thing kicked right out of it. Do you think so? I'm working on it. That's awful. It's an addiction thing, unfortunately. That's not my field. I leave that to persons that I personally dealt with that. You're with the right person on that one. Now I've seen my share of addiction demons. When I was with her in Jersey, and I went to the doctors with her, because actually both reasons why I went was to make sure she got to the doctors. Alcohol. And when we were out waiting for her meds and stuff, and in between her appointments, the things I saw following people at that place. And it's amazing because we'll see things together, then I'll see things that she don't see, and she'll see things that I don't see, or she'll see things differently than the way I see it. It's wild. Yeah. When I first moved in this house, it was brand new. I did things of protection I didn't even realize at the time. You probably did. When I came back here after Kevin, because he was an angry man. Anyways, I salted the whole yard. I even went down, blessed the entrance to the cemetery with Thomas. We blessed the salt and everything that I put around the yard. In fact, in April I'll do it again. And I put up little. I'm not a big ritual guy. I don't like doing rituals, but that's my opinion. But there are certain things that I do to protect the house, because I get worried with all the things that I see when I walk around in stores and everywhere I go. And like I said, it's picked up again. Intensity, it's not as bad as it was the last time, but it is picking up again, and the things I'm starting to see are getting weirder and weirder again. So I'll probably end up protecting this place, but I'm always afraid that I'll bring something home with me, or something will follow me home. So I do my best, least, because I don't want Grandpa, my dad, Pops, something going after him. He has enough arguments. He's still in there arguing with Mom. Bless his heart. And she passed 5 years ago. I have crystals in all four corners of my property. I collected them down by the river. Why? I can't say. I just did it. That's someone told you to do it, and you did it, and you didn't even think about why you were doing it. You just did it. If I saw things, I'd be paranoid. It's not about, when I was younger, the biggest thing is like with Gemma and everybody else. When you're young and you try to explain to people what you see, is a nightmare, because it depends on who you're dealing with. It's dependent on how your life will end up. Some people end up in mental hospitals. Some people just learn to forget and drop it, and it goes away because they've just been denied the ability. Wasn't denied it. It was just getting people to actually believe. But because of my movement disorder, even as from 2 years on and up, I never really slept well. So everybody just counted it off as, oh, you're hallucinating, you don't sleep. I mean, there was, from the age of 7 to 8, I know they were sedating me, knock me out. And because I remember one time Mom saying, we're sedating him, and he's still rocks in the bed. It's not doing any good. He's still physically not sleeping. I think she knew I heard her. So yeah, it's true. There goes my chat again. It's freaking out. I don't know what's up with YouTube, but they're having issues. I don't know why. It's just the YouTube. It's not doing it on my StreamYard. Let me catch up here. I was rambling. Intuition is a very powerful thing. That is true. I just know things. Yes, I know you have. It's like me. Sometimes I have a lot of knowledge up here because I've done a ton of research all through my life. Even when I was married, if everybody went to bed and I couldn't sleep, what I do, I just read and read and read on stuff that I was interested in. Problem is, I have a hard time getting it out because I'm not very articulate, and sometimes stuff just comes flooding out of my head. Then I'm in front of people, so I get a little nervous. I go blank. I draw blanks. Like you see me do it here. And then I still get nervous coming on here. I love getting on here and talking to you folks, but I still get nervous every time I get in here. So I've been called an old soul, but I feel like more of a kid. I mean, my view on things sometimes, even my dad and my mom would say, you always viewed things as a child, like everything, even if you saw something once before and you see it again, it's still like something new for you. How do you do that? And I just like, when I like something, I get excited every time I see it. It's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. So I always consider myself a young soul. I still get down to play with the kids. So. But knowing things that sometimes the stuff that comes out of my head, I was like, I don't ever remember reading about that. Or where did that come from? Let's just say old body, young at heart. Even my heart's been through shit too. So pardon the language. But yeah, you can say that. Pure of heart ghosts. I don't know if I'm pure of heart. I would say I try to keep it at a good heart. I mean, I'm just like everybody else. I have my moments. I don't like to hate things unless it absolutely is that bad. And that includes people too. If somebody is that bad, and even worse than that, I have a hard time saying, oh, I hate that person. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I always look at both sides of everything, so that makes it a little easier too. Though, I know I'm not the only one that sees things. You're a dragon now. Actually, Mr. Blue's a dragon. Isn't he born in the year of the dragon? Um, I always say the dragon is my spirit animal. Actually, I'm born the year of the rabbit. So actually, I'm a rabbit. But I've always had a fascination with dragons. Always have. Always have. When it comes to that kind of stuff, dragons, werewolves, I call them rakes, but I know there's a difference between a rake and a pale crawler. I think maybe most of my life I've probably seen pale crawlers, but I've seen those. Those I kind of interested in. I have a thing for werewolves, um, dragons, a lot of the mystical stuff, the Fae. I've always been interested in the Fae. I'm a rooster. Yeah, you do get kind of cocky, don't you, Ed? Just kidding. I'm just a sweet little bunny rabbit. Uh, Looking at both sides is vital in understanding the spirit world. You can't have the good and the light without the. There's always, you can't have, that's why it's good to work as I always say. You can't have one without the other, no matter what. Whatever you're talking about. There's always an opposite. You got to have an opposite to something. Birth year? Yeah, right. I'm a tiger. Yeah, I'm a bunny rabbit. I'm a dragon at heart. I'm a bunny rabbit who's a dragon at heart. Let's put it that way. I'm a dragon rabbit. Ooh, that'd be an interesting concept. I'll have to see if I can draw me a dragon rabbit. Get the AI going. Somebody who knows AI. I want a dragon rabbit. So the Chinese zodiac is an interesting thing. I knew somebody was a rat. We used to pick on him all the time. He was actually one of the guys I used to fight with, and he was Chinese. I'm having a hard time dealing with the fact that there was a baby involved and it's haunting the hell out of me, and I can't figure out why. What is haunting you? And you're talking about the baby involved. Is that the little one that's staying with you? Have you talked to Gemma? And if you can't talk to Gemma, if you're not comfortable talking to Gemma, talk to Pixie. I'm serious, Cindy. Somebody, one of those two might be able to help you. Or give you good hints on how to fix it. I'm serious. I usually take the biblical approach because everything I've ever had to encounter was taken care of in a biblical sense. But I'd have to know more of the story of what's really going on. My step-granddaughter was pregnant. Okay. Was pregnant? She lose the baby? I hate to ask that. Read the ancient texts and the gods sound like dragon. Yeah. Fire from his mouth, smoke from his nostrils. Yep. It freaked me out. Got me thinking, it freaked me out. You got to imagine. People don't stop, we've talked about this before when it comes to angels and stuff like that. They're not what you think they are. And there is a reason why they say, do not fear. We come in peace and come in love. And that's why it's important, too, that when you see these things, that you ask them if they consider, if they are know and understand that Jesus is the only one whose way into heaven is through Jesus. Because if they don't answer you or they put up a fight answering you and agreeing with that, you're not dealing with something good. They'll actually change the subject. So, you got to know that thing. But yeah, there's a reason why they say, fear me not. I don't know what's going on, Cindy, but I'll keep you in mind. Yes, Cindy, please. I wasn't even close with her, so I don't know why. You know who? You really do need to reach out to either Gemma or Pixie. I say both because they're both very good. I know I can say something to Gemma tomorrow if she's not watching. But yeah, you should talk to one of them. Really, seriously, Cindy. Don't be afraid to reach out. Maybe they can give you some insight. Okay, yeah, you said that. But that's like my little brother. I know he was here. I just shoo him out. He was still angry. I don't know. He didn't stay long. I think he came to say goodbye to Dad. I heard him in there because it's funny because he was in there arguing with somebody and nobody was there, but he was arguing with somebody. Wasn't himself. I had to go in there and shoo it out. And then when I walked in the room, I knew immediately who he was dreaming about and who he was talking to in his dream. You could feel his presence in the room. I was like, nope, this ain't happening. But Cindy, yeah, there's something going on there. So you weren't even close to her. She's made some kind of, either you acknowledged her at one point. But yes, big hugs. Yeah, you told me this. I wanted to get with you earlier. But seriously, you need to talk to either Gemma or Pixie to help you with that, help you understand what's going on, because that's messed up. And I just went through it. I was lucky because out of all of us boys, even though we didn't get along, we still had a lot better terms than a lot of the other family. So I was able to coach him out of here. It didn't take much. I mean, he wasn't here for a couple of days, stopping and going. I know that's what he was doing, was checking on Dad. He was very angry when he passed, when he took himself. So you don't take yourself that way without having making a statement, and that's what he did. You'll never understand why, and it's hard because you don't know what's going on in somebody's mind at that minute, that time, and that moment of life. Because everybody, like I said, everybody approaches things differently. Everybody looks at things differently. But Cindy, my prayers are with you, sweetie. But you need to find out why you and why is this happening. Maybe you can find some closure for her. I don't know. But like I said, Gemma and Pixie are the people to go to. Debbie, here's wakening up. Edna's pretty strong. She'll go over and kick the crap out of her and kick her out. Debbie will help her if it's that bad. But yeah, I would. You need to talk to somebody first, Cindy, and somebody you can relate to and open up with, and then go from there. Because it is hard, and if she relieved herself of this planet, and you said you weren't very close with her, so I don't know. I've been dealing with it with 15 deaths since yeah, you've had them in a row. I know you have. I don't know. That's what you need to find out why. And that's why I keep saying either Gemma or Pixie. And if you know somebody else that you're more comfortable with, you need to find somebody you're comfortable with. That's the key. Okay? I'm telling you, Gemma and Pixie probably the two that I know. Patricia's really good, but that woman, man, she travels. I was surprised she was able to help me out not too long ago. If this baby was possibly a soulmate, that's possible. See, I have to be more. I have to have a lot of info before I start making calls on stuff like that. That's why I said, you ladies pick up on each other. All of you do. And Gemma and Pixie, that's the way to go. Yeah, it is horrible. And Cindy, you can reach out to me anytime, sweetie. Certain things that I'm more comfortable talking about outside of chat. So, because in here you can cause a problem without even realizing it. So, but yes, you can reach out to me, Gemma, or Pixie. But you need to talk this out so you could maybe get some answers. Seriously, Cindy, because you don't want to keep going like this. And believe me, I'm going through it now. Well, not anymore. I mean, but I've been there. I'm still there. I mean, it still hurts. I'm not going to lie. But he's close. I keep an eye on him. Yes, definitely not an answer. I get ideas, but don't trust anything yet. Yeah, see, it's not I don't trust myself. It's just everybody has a good opinion. So I always like to throw mine in there and always tell people there's a lot of fish out there that have really smart brains. It's like Edna and doctors. It's just like we're saying about doctors. If you don't like what you hear, get a second or third opinion. You do that and just in about anything. That's the way I've always treated everything. If I didn't like what I learned or thought, I go and keep going until either it confirms it or gives me a better view of it. Maybe that's what you need right now, Cindy, is a better view. Somebody who can help you look at things a little differently, maybe come to a little more understanding why and why is this happening. I think it's more grieving. Yeah, that's too. I'll agree with you there. To the death she'll never understand. You've been through enough. Yeah, she has a lot. She's been through a lot. I mean, I feel for her because That's a lot since 2020, and I've dealt with just not even a handful of them. Darling Deb, you definitely, Darling Deb, you're safe anywhere, Darling Deb. And definitely not. Don't avoid chatting with the group. It's if it's only because you're. It's not afraid to bring us down. No, yeah, see that's the thing. Don't be afraid to bring us down. Believe me, Cindy, you've been in here when there's been people really hurt. So it's not gonna. The only reason the one person brought me down was because I know the person, and it's a long story. But let's just say that it could have ended that whole night could have ended a lot sooner. But I care about her, so I let her keep going. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I knew more than she thought. So it's all good. And poor lady in pink, so don't be afraid to come in here and talk. But like I said, these are answers you need to get. Why is this happening to you? Why? And you're going to have to talk to somebody, that's in touch with that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I just see stuff. Now, sometimes I get lucky, but you want to talk to somebody who delves more into that stuff, like Pixie, Gemma, Darling Deb starting, Edna's starting to learn. But yeah, that's why. And some things I'd rather not comment because I have certain views and I don't want to offend anybody because I have certain views and there's some things I will not touch. At least not in YouTube. Maybe in Rumble, I probably would be a little more verbal. But yes, that's a key thing is time. But if you're having a hard time understanding something, you should talk to somebody. I mean, she had to know she would be taking her own bit. Yeah, well, she probably did. No doubt. People did. There goes my chat again. Every time I start to read something, it gets all blocky. This is when ladies come in because I try to be a soft soul, but there's just some things that women do better with each other. They connect better sometimes. But I'll tell you what, when you women fight, it's worse than two guys. At least two guys beat the crap out of each other, move on. You women fight for months. Time and someone to bounce things off of. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I said, Cindy, thank you, Deb. You want to talk to somebody you're comfortable with that you can open up with. There's some reason this is happening. And maybe they can help you see what that is and why it's happening. That's good. It's good to hold them a little tighter. That's a good way to relieve yourself and calm yourself. Yeah, women can be so dirty. Men can be dirty too, but we're just a little more. Let's get it done and over with and call it a day. Women don't. They drag it out for months. I had two daughters. My son was easy compared to my two daughters. Man, those two fought. Ooh. I wouldn't like fight and beat the crap out of each other and get it over with. I raised with four boys. We beat the crap out of each other, and then we were good an hour later. Yeah, and that is a very good thing. See, you got to remember for every loss, there's a gain. And some people don't ever see that gain, don't take the time to see where there was a loss, there was a gain. And some people don't see it, even out of the bad. There's always a gain out of it. And some people don't stop to realize that there is a gain there. It may be sad, but there's always something there. For every something, there is something else. I'm like a man in that sense, but I fight like a woman. You get why I get upset. That's funny. I had two boys and a girl. The boys were the easier. Yeah, if I get it over with, then it would done. Now, see, it's like Gemma. I know a kid who was the only one, and the only child. Oh my gosh, this guy. Ooh. At least little man's got brothers, but this little guy didn't have anybody, and this guy grew up to be just a hand. But then again, he was spoiled and dotted over so bad. Yes, there is always good that comes from bad. Always, always. In some form or another, it happens. Like I said, can't have one without the other. And sometimes that other happens before the bad or the good, whatever happens. I've seen that happen where the good came out of it before it even started. So, trying to make sure I didn't miss any chat. I try, but I'm going to have to go get my glasses. I'm just going to have to go get glasses. My eyeballs are so fried after these. I have a little boy spirit. Yeah, I was. She was talking about that. She don't tell me much. Believe me, you guys' personal business with her are personal. My husband, before I can get pregnant. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason. But then again, you're in Gemma's hand, and I trust if any hands, it's Gemma's. We have to focus on what we have, not what we have lost. Count your blessings. That's right. And little Mike did go back. Oh, did he go back home? He finally started missing his mom. With his mom. Went back home with his mom. I miss him, but I know he needs to be home right now. Yeah, that's important. And that might be because you're missing him, is maybe why this thing stepped in and is using, because you're probably feeling a little missed and a little lonely, and a little left out. And that might be why this thing, this niece, whatever, stepped up, is because she could see your weakness. And I say, I don't, you have to talk to somebody because I don't have enough information. And I'd rather you talk to somebody who really knows that stuff a lot better than I do. I mean, it's not that I don't know. I just feel more. I have critters, yes. And I still, Edna, still think that your critters all go back to your Fae experience. And I really believe that because there's some things that I've picked up from you. And I've told you that certain things and they've happened. I'm telling you, there's a reason for it. Why, I don't know yet. But something is coming for you, Edna, not in a bad way, in a good way, and for your family. I just don't know what it is. And your guys are literally being protected. I don't know why. It's not my place to ask. So just stay observant, stay on your toes, tell your family stay on their toes. Out of a lot of people, and I pick up on you, but how long have we known each other, Edna? I mean, there's a few of us that've known each other for what, a few years now? But I've always kind of picked up on you, even in Steve and Gemma's chat when they were in the day. I know, I trust you all. I know you do, Dad. I need more dogs. I love that you can speak with the critters. Yeah, I have a dog. Well, they have a dog. I have toads. Me and my toads talk. I still watch him 3 days a week. That's good, though. That's good because you need that. You guys, I'm sure, built a bond while you guys were together, but that's good. I want to be regressed back to that time. That would be interesting, Edna, but I don't know if I would suggest it because there may be a reason why you've had regress that all's been put in the back of your mind, and that might be why they're coming around now. Because I really feel all that's connected, and that's just my feeling. It is, but I know it's still hard. It is hard, Sydney, and I agree with you, Deb. I've accepted my little brother. It's hard. And like I said, there had some weird things after he came back up here. His remains. This is why I wouldn't let his remains. They wanted to send him here, and I was like, no, you can send him during the funeral home. I wasn't going to have him in here because I knew if he would have been brought into this house until we got him out of the house, then this house would have been chaotic. I could feel it in my bones before he even left. I have 6 dogs. Wow, that's a lot of dogs. I have one, and he's a handful. And he's just a little guy with a big attitude. I go out on the deck, and the birds start gathering, singing. I wonder why, Edna. There's a couple people like that in this chat. It's not only with critters, but it's with other things. And I don't think they've realized it. And they should start paying it. Mark's one of them. Actually, Chris is one of them. Darling Deb is one of them. Shelly's one of them. Vixen is one of them. You guys have a lot more of a connection than you realize. And really, when you really start to wake up to it, it's going to be an amazing thing. And a lot of you guys already, you two right here in this chat, and Cindy's coming around. Cindy, your time's coming too. It's just your hands are just so full right now. But believe me, honey, it will get better. Just hang in there. Because I know your hands are full. So that's why I keep telling you, you need to talk to somebody like Gemma or Pixie to help you understand what's going on with you now. Because you need to find out why this person is hanging out and why they particularly harming you. I want to see their true faces. Do you? Do you really want to see that? I always wanted to see a demon until I saw a demon. Now I don't want to see him anymore. I want you to think about that. But sometimes curiosity can be a good thing too. So I get the understanding. I understand that. Donna, did I go out on the deck? Birds, I want to see the faces. Yeah, I'm trying to catch back up. Sometimes I lose off. And that's magical. I'm telling you, it all has to connect with Edna. A lot of it, I think Edna doesn't understand. In her real world, there's a lot more Fae going on than she realizes. When I was 5 or 6 years old, they had twin girls, and I think those were Fae too. I really do. But then again, you were a black-eyed kid, Edna, so anything's possible. Dogs are very drawn to me. Now, see, animals are drawn to me. Sometimes I don't understand it. This guy, he would tell me, "Oh, my dog is so mean," and I'd walk in the door, and that dog would like stand right beside me. He's like, "Why? Why?" Because he's even an asshole to me. Why is this dog so good to you? I've only had one dog bite me, and that's because I was trying to help it, and it was in pain. We played. I gave the hard candy. I gave them hard candy and toys one night. They asked me to go with them. Yeah, see, you offered something for them. I'm telling you, Edna, it's all connected. I said, no, I couldn't do that. It would make my mommy. And you did the right thing by saying, believe me. You might have been one of those people. I'm invested. What did they say? They got angry and changed into a hoodie or something. Yeah, they probably get mad. They probably did get mad. Yeah, it is terrifying. When you're young, that is very terrifying. Now, see, that's funny because, like I said, the only thing that creeped me out when I was little was the hat man. I mean, the demon was much later in life. But seeing, at the age I was, seeing that thing, I mean, it messed me up. And it messed me up bad. Almost worse than the demon. Because I was a mess for months. I'm not going to lie. I was a mess. Now, the demon, I just locked myself in my apartment for months. I didn't want nothing to do with anybody. Um, but that happened. I think what bothered me more was I was seeing it in the school during the day. You always hear about the scary things at night, but nobody tells you that the scary things come out during the day too. And I gave you these critters. I think the critters that watch over her are Fae. That's me. I think there are critters, regular critters that watch over her. And then I think some of these critters like the big owl, and there's an owl that's visiting her now. I believe that may be Fae. It may not be like something bad like a Wendigo, a Skinwalker, like what Ryan talks about. I think this is, and even Fae, you can't trust the Fae. Fae are not, we all know the Fae is not always what you think they are. Now, I'm not saying there's not good Fae, but they're, they can go either way. Kind of like Jinn, They say there's good Jinn and bad Jinn. No, a Jinn will decide if it wants to be nice to you or be mean to you. It has that ability. Things started for me after that, for sure. Yeah, I know they did. And I think that you might find that some of the critters that come visit you may not be critters. They may be Fae. That's why I keep saying there's certain ones that come visit you, particular ones, like owls and stuff, that may be connected to that realm. A different type of a Fae than one tried to kidnap her, or are they spies? See, now that's a Gemma topic, but my view of the Fae is kind of like the same as aliens. I think all this is connected. This is all dealing with a world that we've been lied about, more or less, and just dropped in science fiction movies, truths about it in science fiction movies and stuff. But I think they can be tricky. I think if Edna would have gone with them, yeah, I don't think nobody would have saw Edna ever again. I really believe that. So she was smart not leaving with them. And I think that's what happens a lot with these 411 missing cases, especially with the children. They were led out of their situation and led into these places and never seen again. The thing started for me after that. Cindy, I bet you're right. The youngest dog, Jake, he became real. I'm going back to him, trying to figure out everybody here. I feel like the little people watched me. Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they're watching you now, Edna. Like I said, there are good and bad Fae. But all Fae are tricky in their own little way. Doesn't take much to offend them. I swear it's always been pretty cute things that get you. Yeah, sometimes it is. But see, that's the thing. I mean, Hollywood and people have changed so much about some of these Fae, when some of these Fae are probably just as creepy as some of the angels you would see. Because there's some creepy angels out there that would scare you to death, but they would do nothing but good. And then they could have taken me if they wanted to, but they didn't want. No, because you would have to want to go, and you told them that you couldn't go because your mom and granny. Okay, so they couldn't force you. They can't force you. They have rules. Now, I don't know if Gemma will agree with me on this, but when it comes to a lot of the paranormal stuff, they have rules. There's rules. The ghosts have rules. Fae have rules. They can only interact so much. They have to, like a vampire has to be invited to a home. Same thing with Fae. Fae has to have you come willingly. They have many temptations, yes, during my lifetime, and I'm sure they did. Something's been watching over me. Yes, I can guarantee it. And something has. Actually, like I said, there's quite a few of you in chat and in oracles, and the people I've known. Some of you people that I've known through the years, last 3 or 4 years. I can honestly say that there are things watching over you. And no matter how bad your life gets, do you always notice how you come out of it? There's a reason for that. Because I know people in this chat that have been through some bad stuff that shouldn't have come out of it, but they did because something behind them was pushing them along the way to keep them going. Some people don't get that far. We have two examples that were just brought up. Mine and Sydney's are people that don't make it, that they can't deal with it, don't know what to do, not have that person, not letting that thing behind them push them. I tell my family just be thankful I was you thankful I used my powers for good. Is that why my ear's still ringing? Your power of talking about me behind my back is a good thing. My ear's still ringing. Be careful, Edna. I might bring a virus in here. It's really cool if you think about it. It's a huge reminder that we. I don't mind these hearts, but it blocks. So it screwed me up when I'm reading something, and then I have to go over and look at it. I don't know why I'm reading stuff on YouTube when I have Steam yards right in front of me. It's really cool if you think about it. It's a huge reminder that we have some work to do here. Oh, there's a lot of work to do. And I tell my family things because I can drive you crazy. Yeah, you can drive me crazy. Yeah. I love you too, Edna. Hey, I'm already crazy. You can't drive me any more crazier than I already am. I can promise you that. I've done fallen off that bridge a long time ago. I'm not even bobbing in the water. I'm now sunk to the bottom and walking across the bottom. Some saying it blocks for me too. It's annoying. Or people think you're crazy and you call you a witch. You know, it's amazing. Out of all the weird things that my friends have been with me seen, that I've seen on my own and told stories, people have told me stories. Not once has ever any, and I've told some pretty wild stories in my day, and I hadn't even touched on anything in here. Really, you just guys hear the basic because I don't think I'm a very good story. I could talk back then. I'm not a very good teller now because of my screwed up body. But I really am thinking about when Gemma gets to a point, I may let her write my story and let her tell all the crazy stuff that I've seen over the years. Because I've had friends literally leave, but nobody has ever called me a witch. Nobody's ever called me a warlock. I've been called a lot of other things, but not those. Oh, you're the good witch from the north. We need your story. I don't know if you need it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that probably have crazier story in life than I've ever had. I can guarantee that. But I will say, and as I've said this in chat before, there are people out there that have had it way worse than mine, and I could ever have. I've had a good life. I've always had a shelter. I mean, like I said, I am literally sitting in the room I grew up in. I've had a good life. Yeah, I moaned and complained throughout it off and on, but I've learned to accept things now. I've grown up. If it's going to get any worse, bring it on. But there are people out there that, didn't have it as good as me and don't have it as good as me. So, yeah, but I have seen some crazy stuff. And I'm not going to lie. What people have been through in their life, I don't even compare because mine's nothing compared to a lot of people. A lot of you people in chat go through way worse than I ever have. Yeah, I have some health issues. Ooh-wee. I've dealt with them since I was 2. Whoopee. I've had a good home. Typical family. We've had our beefs and fights just like everybody else. But no, I can't complain. And I feel lucky compared to a lot of people. It's just people lack of understanding, definitely very confusing from what the vast majority knows. as humans. Oh, honey, you haven't even touched on that subject. You haven't even touched on that subject. As humans, there is so much more that we need to know. But the problem is when we start learning it, we go the other direction and we have to start over because we take it the wrong direction. And I have a T-shirt that says, "Don't make me drop my house on." I love it. I love it. I get called crazy, and that's all the time. But they still listen to what I've been that. I've been there too, Cindy, where people call me whack jobs. But when I start talking, it's like, the suffering I've seen, I've considered myself. Yep, I'm right there with you, Edna. We all go through our own suffering. It's like I said not too long ago, life was not meant to be easy. There's a reason why we go through the things we go through. Now, if you're going through all this stuff in many lives, somebody's trying to tell you something. But, we were not meant to have it easy. If we were meant to have it easy, this would be not fun at all. It'd be even worse. So, it's important that we suffer a little bit. You learn your best when you fall down and get back up. When you're knocked back down. When you fall or get knocked down, you become your strongest when you get back up. And each time you get back up, you get stronger and stronger. People don't see that. People give up. They don't understand that if you just keep getting up and keep trying, it's going to happen. But you can't give in. You cannot quit. If you need help, you ask for it. It's okay to swallow your pride once in a while. And if the person around you, people around you can't give you the help, then you start going to the higher sources. You should have been going to those in the first place, as I always say. You start with those, and then you get the help you need on first-hand basis. But, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm rambling now. I'm starting to get tired. I don't want to take another dose. Like I said, they put me on new stuff. And it's helped, but I don't want to get too antsy with it yet. It's all how you react to things, right? And that's a big key to it too. Everybody reacts differently. So that's why I have a hard time telling when somebody goes, "I want your opinion" or something, or "How would you react to this?" I was like, dude, I'm not you. You're going to react to something totally different than the way I act. Now, we may act the same, but what are the chances? I agree. Yeah. I find it the way we do I can read that. I drift. Or see, that goes back. It's okay. Negative brings negative things. Here's the thing. Before the fire here, my dad walked around for 4 months. I'm cursed. Somebody put a hex on me. Nothing's going right. I'm cursed. I'm hexed. Somebody put a curse on me. He was literally saying these things. Then the fire happened. I looked at him. Gemma looked at him and said, "Try to stop talking like that." You got to stop because you brought it on yourself. But that's what he did for 3 months before that fire. Like, nothing's going right. I've been hexed. Somebody put a hex on me. I got a curse. I got like, Dad, stop before something happens. And what happened? Granny always says, take the high road. You get a better advantage with the high road. Even though it may be the rough and rocky, I'm telling you. The potholes and rocks and lumps and speed bumps in life, they're there for a reason. Every pain, every cracked knee, every bump on the nose, every depressing second, there's a purpose for it, and people don't see it. And that sounds awful to say, but you're supposed to learn from it, grow from it. Unfortunately, some people, because of our society today, I kind of lose a little faith, and I'm trying not to lose the faith because people need to wake up. There's a lot going on, and people don't see it, and it worries me. But they're going to always have people who will never wake up. I agree with both of you. This has been an interesting night. We're down to 4 people, so I know 3 of us are talking, or Cindy's here, so that's us 4. Everybody else, 5. Everybody got tired of us rambling. We got off the paranormal subject. But I appreciate people who come back and watch. Thank you. I am going to get ready to call it here pretty soon. What time is it? 1 o'clock. See, Edna, you kept me up too late again. You got to stop this. What is your significant other going to find out that you're keeping me up all night? Huh? 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 I fell off a cliff a couple times. You better get some rest, kids. I'm going to try. I got a few things I need to do. I was trying to get off at midnight, but I do have some things I need to do before I go to bed because I can get it done now without being interrupted 5 times. Yeah, it was a good night. And like I said, it usually ends with me, Cindy, and Edna. Usually, there's been a couple times it's just been me and Edna. So we love having you folks here. Thanks for everybody being here. I love you guys all. But yeah, I need to go. I need to get this stuff done so I can get up in the morning. We're not doing anything. Son's got broken brake troubles on his car, so he's taking my car to work. But today I had to get up, take him to work, come back home, deal with the thing, and then we had to go. We were run. Then we come back home. I had to go back to get him. It's fun, but I enjoy it. Cindy, you yell for one of us anytime you need us. Any of these people here, I'm sure, will help you, but you need to find out what's going on. We love you to death, little lady. My Mimi little lady, my meme lady. So please, don't be afraid to talk to, Gemma, Pixie, the ladies in here, somebody to talk to. Try to come to find out why this thing's happening to you, because you need to get rid of it. You've been through enough already. And we love you. Yeah, I love everybody in this room. People that come and go, people that don't like me don't realize that I care about them. I mean, I like them, but it doesn't mean I don't care. I worry about them. Yes, good night. Everybody have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow for Oracles at 7. I'm going to say it again, at 7 tomorrow night, Thursday. Oracles at 7:15 with Miss Jemmy Gem and me, the one that sits in the corner and takes. Oops. Like always, I muted myself and kept talking. It's Thursday now. Well, tonight, I will see you folks tonight for Oracles. If she lets me out of the cave. I might have caused some problems tonight. I don't know yet. She lets me out of the cave under the basement, I'll be here. Mark might have to sneak me a key with some waffles. I could be trapped down there for days. Guys, I love you. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow night. Tonight. And please have a wonderful day today. And like I said, Cindy, you ladies, you ever need anything and you got a hold of me through Messenger, just yell. And I will be sending you an email with the medicine that they tried with my dad. It's working for him. It might work for you. Who knows? Wreck havoc. I always do. Good night, everybody. Much love. And I'll see you guys on the flip